viewers and listeners. It is your girl Melody Alme Bird, and welcome back to a new episode of Melody Alme TV, the podcast. I'm going to be inviting people who are inspirational, people who are doing big things. This guest is so special to me. This is my third guest. That's my crab sister. So I'm so excited to have Alyx Harris on today's episode. If you guys like this interview, make sure you guys leave a 5-star rating if you guys are listening. And if you're watching, make sure you guys subscribe and smash that notification bell so you know whenever I make a new post. Thumbs up this video, and let's go ahead and get into today's interview. Welcome to the podcast, Alyx. How you feel to be on an episode of Melody Alme TV, the podcast?
Exclusive, honey. I'm a May baby.
Yay! See, we're not May babies here. That's only for my YouTube. I'm trying to find a name to call you guys here on my podcast because you guys are exclusive.
Oh, you're right.
This is on Patreon and all my listening platforms, so we're gonna have to think about that. But I'm so excited to have my crab sister here on my podcast. It's crazy, y'all, because I've been staying out here for about a week now, and I've been staying at Alyx's house, and we just been getting very well acquainted. It's like almost like when we were back in college. But anyway, go ahead and introduce yourself, Alyx. Tell them who you are.
I'm Alyx. I feel like most people probably know me from Dolls. So
Yeah.
I'm obviously Melody's crab sister. We crabbed in 2015 together. That's where we met.
Yeah,
Fun
I know.
fact, I hate giving introductions. Like, I just be like, okay, I'm Alyx.
Right, just say where you from, girl. How old are you? You know, people want to know if we're around the same age so we can relate, you know, because a lot of black people, we just look young for our age. So we need to let the viewers and listeners know, because people are listening to you. They don't know how old you are by just your voice.
That's true.
So just explain where you're from.
Okay, I'm
who you
about to
are.
give my whole biography. So, I'm Alyx. I'm from technically Washington, Louisiana, a very small town in Louisiana. I am 25 years old. What else can I say?
You're a Cancer.
I am a Cancer. Aren't you a Cancer?
Yeah, we're a Cancer.
When's my birthday?
Shout out to all the Cancers.
When's
July 18th. I had looked her up, y'all.
It took how many years?
I was
Oh, you
on
had to look it up?
No, I had to make sure everything, y'all, because I was on my Oprah stuff for my interviews. So I had to make sure I get all my facts right. I'm not gonna get nothing wrong for this interview, y'all.
Ain't that a shame?
I'm so excited, you guys, to have Alyx here on my podcast. We're gonna just have a normal flow of conversation like any other interview. We just gonna warm up to you guys. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys comment below and let us know how you guys like these vibes over here. Make sure you rate this video 5 stars if you guys are listening. And we're about to get into this conversation, y'all. I just have some questions from viewers and our supporters, and I'm just gonna ask questions here and there as well. So Alyx, I wanna start off by saying I'm just so proud of you and your journey, because literally, you guys, if you guys haven't followed Alyx during her journey, you know, she's from Alyx, Louisiana, aka Washington, Louisiana.
She did her research.
She doesn't say Washington, she just says Alyx. So
Alyx and Washington is like literally a highway away from each other, if I'm being honest. But I am from Washington, so like that's the small town I was born and raised in. Well, I was born in Alyx, raised in Washington. But I'm gonna always forever rep Washington. And I feel like if you're from the 337, you know. If you know, you know.
how was it growing up in Alyx/Washington, Louisiana?
I feel like it's kind of just like every other city, but we kind of like on the outskirts. So like my family, we kind of like live on a farm, so a good bit of land. I didn't grow up in like a city kind of era. Like I'm kind of like literally in the country.
You're a country girl?
So I am a country
And
girl.
Alyx get mad whenever I call her country.
No, I don't. If anything, people really don't think I'm from the country. But I mean, I love growing up in Washington, Louisiana. I had a lot of friends. I mean, yeah, I don't know, country life, soft life, real peaceful. I don't really like the city, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't see me really like raising my family in a city. I like the country, just out the way, no neighbors, you know. Well, my grandma is my neighbor, but that's how we are. We all look like
It's
that.
like a farmland. I went to Alyx's house one time. It was
Wait,
like,
did you really?
yeah, I went to your house like one time or a couple times. I think it was one time. But the one time that I went, I remember y'all had food, and I remember all y'all family was there. And you remember we had stopped and got the Billy's Boudin?
Oh yeah. Well, dang man, why I don't remember that?
Why you say, oh yeah, if you don't remember?
No, because I mean, you're right. We probably did stop by Billy's. It's like,
yeah, you don't remember me visiting?
No. Like, when was this? What were we doing?
This is after we crabbed. This was probably like a year after. We were still on the team. This is when we were still dolls. But I visited Alyx's house. She don't remember, but she had. And her daddy is so funny, y'all. Her dad is so funny. This is when your little sister was still in like high school. But as far as what I see on social media, I be seeing you riding horses and
Yeah, I pretty much be going with my friends.
don't y'all have a garden?
Yes, my dad is in agriculture, so my whole family's background is agriculture. So he pretty much plants his own, mostly vegetables. I mean, my whole family, like there's generations of just agriculture, like a lot of land, growing crops on your land, harvesting, selling, like the whole 9 yards. It's really a lot. But yeah, my dad does have a garden. We have cows, we had goats. We have chicken. So baby, we ain't gotta worry about that egg problem.
Oh.
We have
But why you got them eggs in your refrigerator?
well baby, they not out here. You're right. When I go home, I get my care package. I get my seasonings. I get whatever they want to give me. But yeah, we had that chicken, rabbits. I mean, yeah, everything is like
rabbits. Is it good?
You actually have rabbits good?
Yeah.
I like rabbit. It's like I don't know. I'd rather not eat rabbit.
This over here, girl, rabbits.
Well, because even no, that's what we grow. Like we have. I'm saying that's what we grow. That's the kind of animals we have. We really do. Like we have rabbits.
I say all that to say that Alyx is a very much Southern girl, and she moved all the way from down south. Atlanta is still technically the South, but to me, it's like the black version of LA. Literally, you moved down here when? What year?
Last year in January. So
Last
it's been
year?
literally a year.
A year. How was that transition? First off, what were your thoughts? Why Atlanta? And how was the whole entire journey from Louisiana to Atlanta?
I always think like, okay, what made me choose Atlanta? I think that Atlanta's a big city. It's kind of popular. I'm not gonna say it's worth all the hype, but it's popular. There's a lot of opportunity here. So I feel like coming from a small town and just graduating from Southern, it's kind of just like I needed something different. I couldn't see me just staying in Louisiana. I had to try somewhere else. So it happened to be Atlanta. The transition, so honestly I just moved on a whim. Like I didn't think a whole lot about it. I didn't have every single thing planned out, which is like obviously a risk, but I did have a job. Shout out to Brendan. He did help me with that. So I at least had that to come out here for, to just get me up and running, stay with my cousins. That was a fortunate thing. I know some people kind of just don't have places to stay, so they just go out on a whim. Fortunately, I have family out here, so I was able to do that. But I mean, overall, I think that people really sleep on like how lonely and like how different their journey can be. I'm sure you probably understand that.
Now, I've never been depressed until I moved to LA.
No, like I think people really sleep on like how different that is. Like just picking up from literally everything you used to. All your family, friends, everybody is in this one main area or areas, and then you come out here with not a whole lot of people. So it was kind of hard in the beginning, honestly. It was kind of hard. But I mean, I chose it for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. And honestly, God been providing for me and just sustaining me like he always do anyway.
Yeah.
And protecting me. But yeah, just guiding me. Will continue guiding me. But yeah, I feel like that transition was not easy.
Yes.
Saying that to say it just wasn't easy.
Yes, and I specifically chose inspirational people who just take leaps of faith to bring on this podcast, because I know, especially people our age in our 20s, 20-somethings, we're just trying to figure out life. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what we want to do. And it's hard, like, to really just have that mental stability to just do it and not really, think about it.
Everything lined up and planned. Like, I'm not like really like you more of a risk, like just out on leap of faith than I am. I gotta at least like, okay, know that I'm making money and that I'm able to provide for myself. I had that cushion. It wasn't like 100% just like I have nothing at all planned. I'm just like, I at least had that, but everything else kind of was just falling into place. Saying to say, if you feel like you just want to move somewhere, just do it.
What would you say is the hardest thing about the move?
The hardest thing, first of all, is being away from my family and friends, because I am very family oriented. If you know me, you know. And the second thing is really just making new connections and friends out here.
Have you made any friends out here?
I have. Like, thank God, I have. I really do. I really have. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't hang out with them all the time.
Talk to them, but
we're friends. Like, no, because I don't know. I'm really a homebody for the most part. I have to get out of that, but we're not that close to where it's like, okay, they hit me up to hang out all the time. Like, I have some people that are like that, but not everybody. And then I got BMI out here. Like, but I feel like just in your adult life, like, it's hard to make friends.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Like, where I'm about to make a friend at.
Right. And it's really weird asking somebody like, can we hang out? Like,
I'm not asking that.
Especially if this is our first time hanging out. Where are we gonna hang out? Like, it's gonna be awkward. You know, meeting new friends is just weird. It's different, definitely.
No, it is different. That's hard. I feel like nobody really think about that either. Like when you in a whole different state or anywhere, city, and you're not around everybody you know, like who am I about to talk to?
I realized that I have no problem going out to
Yeah,
eat
who
by
is your
myself.
friend?
Girl, none.
Exactly.
I would say I was about to say like I usually would go out to eat by myself and have no problem doing that. But now that I'm like in a relationship and like I'm always with my boyfriend, like I just feel sad now. Like every time I'm by myself, I'm like I need to make some friends or something. Like before I didn't care about making friends. I was fine by myself. But now it's just like I really do need like some companionship, you know?
But that's how I am. I got it very equipped to like just go on places by myself because that's just what I be doing. Like I always kind of been like that though.
There's nothing wrong with that either. All right, so now that I've got through my questions, let's go ahead and get into supporters' questions because there's a lot of them. It's not really in any order. I'm just gonna go ahead and read them, try to answer it the best you can.
Okay.
A lot of questions you guys asked was asked before, so of course I picked the questions that we haven't already previously answered. So let's go ahead and get into it. How you feeling, Alyx?
Yeah. I'm ready to answer some questions.
Y'all, this girl. Okay. Imagine this from a supporter. Loved your Southern Girl project. Do you plan on doing more creative projects in the future?
That is a great question. But see, my problem, I think I realized that if there's a such thing as like an emotional creator, I feel like that's how I am. Like with dance, especially, I feel like that's just how I express myself. Like I feel like I envision Southern Girl and then I just put it to life, brought it to life. And I feel like I have a lot of visions like that.
Yeah, my favorite one is Good Days. Really?
That's my favorite though.
Yeah, I love it. I love the whole entire story, like the build up. Through your dancing, it really told a story. And I really love like the visuals with it as well. It just went perfectly along with everything. And I can definitely feel what you mean by saying your emotions really like put that vision together and that project together. Yeah. So it's hard for you to just be like, all right, I want to just make a project if you're not really
and
feeling
just do it. But versus I actually feel like this is how I feel right now, and it's the only way I can like really express it. But no, Good Days was definitely my favorite because I feel like when I heard the song, I was just like, what the hell? Like, I really feel like this. Yeah, amongst other things that was going on in my life, that was like one of my lowest moments, and I feel like I just was like, okay, I just started doing it. I feel like I had that vision. Like
you can't really tell like that's your lowest moment, especially when like those moments you look like just flying through the sky, just twirling.
Well, that's true. So it was my lowest moment, one of my lowest moments in life. But I feel like I really did like get through it. I think we talked about this off camera, but that's when I tapped into like my spiritual journey. It's just like God will really put you like take you out of like your lowest moments for real. This is like not just saying.
Do you want to speak about your spiritual journey?
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, just being transparent. It was just, I don't know. It was like a very, very, very low moment for me. When you hit like rock bottom to the point where like there's nothing that nobody can say to you, nothing that'll help. You don't really care to talk to nobody. You gonna go to God. Like some people, it depends on how you are. Some people depend on like, let's just say drugs or, you know, just start acting out in like different kind of ways. For me, it was just, I didn't want to talk to nobody about nothing. So I just leaned on God and then I just got real deep into just watching sermons. I wasn't waiting till Sunday to watch sermons. I would watch them just like all day. I would read devotionals daily, pray like all day.
See, I had to really learn how to pray, y'all. That's something that I'm still kind of working on because it's like the way my brain works. I would pray to God and I'll like have a conversation with God and I'm like talking into it and I see it visually, so I would get distracted. So it's just like something else, another thought would come in. It's just like I forgot to say amen. I forgot to tell God bye. Like
what you just
like. I'm not setting it. I feel like if you pray, everything you said comes to fruition when you say amen. It just sets in stone. Like, and I feel like if you don't say that and like
you feel like you just get carried away.
Yeah, I feel like I get carried away. I get distracted on other things in my head.
So I know what you mean, because sometimes I catch myself, because some prayers be repetitive, so I catch myself just saying a repetition of things instead of like focusing on what I'm really telling God.
Exactly.
So like I just gotta get myself out of that mindset and just he's right here. Like what are we talking about? Like what am I thanking you for? What am I asking you for? I don't know if there's too many rules to praying. I feel like nobody can tell you like this is how you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to say this and this and this. It's between you and God, and He knows your heart, so He knows what you he know what you need before you ask him for it. I feel like prayer changes everything, and he really literally took me out of a completely dark space. I actually did feel like that in good days. Like it went from just wanting to just probably lay in a bed,
never want to get up,
don't just low, like, and then it's just, I'm so glad, like I'm
it's
here.
like a whole,
like, it's just like I'm happy. But thank God for those journeys. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have had no closer relationship with God, like, and understood. And I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Pastor Mike, because he really did break down the essences of God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and like just everything.
Do you still listen to Michael Ty after the whole
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. That's kind of where it kind of stopped for me a little bit. The thing I said on Twitter about it, I was just like, honestly, you don't look for this perfect person to be a pastor. Yeah, that was disgusting, and I'm sure he would never do that again. But
you still like forgive him. And
I do, and I was just like, at the end of the day, what he did is not gonna take away from the messages and all the things he literally like told me that's factual about
that helped
God
you through
and
your
about
situation.
Yeah, like that's not gonna take away from that. And even if I do listen to his like sermons today or whenever, it's really about the message, because no pastors are pastors are people. They're humans, they're not perfect,
right?
So if you're looking for a perfect one, good luck. It's not gonna happen.
That's really good. I'm glad that we talked about spiritual and mental health, because that's really what matters nowadays, because a lot of people don't talk about mental health, and mental health is really a real thing with everybody. I feel like everybody has to really deal with things mentally every day, so it's just good to have a level mind and be right with God spiritually as well.
Yeah, that makes all the difference.
Okay, so moving on to the next supporter's question. Alyx, we all want to know this, okay? Because I want to know this too. Hair care routine. People want to know because Alyx does not straighten her hair. That's why she's always growing her hair out and has a great curl texture. But we want to know what products you use and how was your hair journey?
Fun fact about my hair, I think it was around, girl, I feel like when everybody in middle school, when you got natural hair, you're not about to wear that natural hair because you don't know how to style it. Like, I didn't like my natural hair. That was the era of straightening hair. Everybody wanted their hair straight, so I flat ironed my hair all the time, me and my sister. One day, somebody flat ironed it too straight with a, I guess, whatever kind of flat iron, and like, girl, I lost all my curls. So just imagine I can wash my hair right now and it's just straight. Like, I had never, don't get me wrong, I wasn't embracing my curls and wearing them, but
was it still long, but it was straight?
It was long, but it was straight. What I'm gonna do with that?
I mean, you could just keep your hair straight. People had like heat train their hair. That's what they say what it was.
No, because I'm used to like I could do both. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Girl, no. That's when I had to straighten up. And honestly, I'm happy that happened because I started watching Sunkissed Alba on YouTube. She was going natural with everything. Like right now, she's 100% natural. But she was teaching me about when you wash your hair, like certain shampoo, you're really supposed to shampoo just your scalp. Like, you know, and you always massage your scalp for hair growth stimulation and stuff like that. So like I was just used to like washing my whole head. I only wash my scalp.
I had no
with shampoo.
idea you just wash your scalp. I thought you washed from the root to the tip.
Not with shampoo.
Okay.
The most shampoos back then had like sulfates and all that stuff in it. But anyway, so I started learning how to take care of my hair the proper way. Girl, I would untangle my hair with just my hands. Like I wouldn't use like certain brushes because it'll sometimes break your hair. Like this was back then before we had all these dimming brushes, before we had all these natural products.
Y2 comb.
Y2 comb, you got a little, we call them a little
rat tail.
No, what the brushes is, I really call them
edge brush.
I ain't gonna lie, I call them a white girl brush. Stuff like that was breaking your hair. So like I would legit untangle my hair with my fingers. But yeah, I had to really like learn how to actually take care of my hair from there because I wasn't really knowing what to do with my curls. So she really taught me about wash and goes, diffusers, on how to like dry your curls and stuff.
I still don't know how to use them damn things.
I'm not a fan of it because it makes my curls shrink. I feel like it makes my hair shrink too much, and I already have enough shrinkage, so I don't really like looking like. Like I wanted to like be a little like have some length still. I don't really like diffusing either, but she taught me like about everything. So after that, I didn't do no big chop though. I just let my hair grow out, trim a little bit, grow out, trim a little bit, but like it was really straight. So that's what taught me how to take care of my hair a long time ago, and ever since then I've been on the natural journey. I don't really straighten my hair. I never got a perm, never got a relaxer, so that kind of put me ahead of the game too. I feel like a lot of people used to get perms.
Yes, that was me. I didn't even know my hair was naturally curly until I stopped getting perms. I never knew.
My mom did not believe in that. She would not. She didn't let us do nothing to our hair though. She didn't let us cut it. She didn't let us color it. She didn't let us do nothing. She was like, when you leave out my house, you can do that, but you're not doing that.
I was very tender-headed, so my mom gave me dreadlocks. You know.
Oh wait a minute, me too.
Your mama gave you dreadlocks?
No, she didn't give me no dreadlocks, but baby, I was tender-headed. Yeah. You can ask my people. I was crying.
Did your mama used to pop your ass if you cried?
She wouldn't pop me with the Allah. She probably did pop my head a little bit.
I can see your mama's so sweet.
She don't do that, but she really would be like Cause I would just cry the whole time. Like she part my hair, gotta be the worst.
After I cut off my dreadlocks because I was tired of it, I had natural hair, right? But my mom did not give it no break. She permed my stuff as soon as I cut it off, like, and it's been permed ever since until I got probably in high school. And
I feel like a lot of parents probably really didn't know how to take care of natural hair like that, and I mean permanent was just the easier thing, or like little relaxers. But no, my mama never let us do that.
Okay, so what would you recommend for hair growth products or like everyday products that you would recommend?
I ain't gonna lie, I keep it real simple. You should definitely like deep condition your hair at least twice a week. I definitely don't do it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't. But it's a great thing to do. I don't know, my hair just be growing. But my favorite products right now, it's a little expensive, is Miss Jessie's. I use her leave-in conditioner like right after my, and I'm gonna do a tutorial on like my wash and go, honestly. But I love Miss Jessie's. I'm not really like one of them people that's gonna put a million products in my hair to keep my hair curly. Like I feel like the less the better, but still make sure that it's good products. And I ain't gonna lie, the good products can sometimes be a little pricey. Not all products are pricey, but everything natural in products and hair is expensive. I don't know if you really do your hair, like your curls, but all them products is expensive. So yeah, you just gotta find ones that work for you. Everybody's hair is different, so what worked for me really might not work for you. But I love Miss Jessie's. That's like my one. And then Mielle products, I feel like that's a real popular. I don't know if it's Mielle or Mielle. It's Mielle. Yeah. Mielle products, I like those. I feel like I'm not huge on like the styling ones, but I like her shampoos and conditioners and scalp oil stuff. Like get you a good scalp oil and massage your scalp with that.
Yeah, I'll pop in the hair growth oil that's been really like making my hair grow crazy right here, so you guys can see. I don't know the name of it, but if you guys are listening, I'll make sure that I put it in the description box so you guys can go ahead and use those links and go ahead and purchase that, because it really helped me. Because you guys know I cut my hair to like right here at the middle of last year, and my hair grew like crazy. But I do need to get on my curly hair journey eventually.
I did a big chop too. I forgot about that.
When did you do a big chop?
Right here.
When?
I think it was 2021. I did a big chop. You remember my hair was right here?
Yeah, I remember. I saw the pictures on Instagram. Short. That's your profile picture right now.
Yep. Yep. That was the same day. Same day I did.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next supporter's question, because it's a lot of questions, y'all. We got to get through these. So supporter asks, what is next for your dancing career? We need choreography from you, Alyx. That's what they said.
I don't know. Well, I can't do too much because I just dislocated my shoulder again. So
do you want to tell them what happened with that?
Honestly, for Bayou Classic, when we was practicing, we were outside. It was really cold, and I had to practice the flip. And I didn't stretch or anything. I just went and did the flip. And what I learned is I think it partially got dislocated, just a partial. And then my arm was in so much pain walking back from the field to the doll room, like with the band, to the band room. And I didn't know what was going on. I went to the infirmary, which was probably like a little small mistake.
Yeah, the infirmary do
they be bullshit.
Put a band
like, shout out to them for real, because they gave me like 800 milligram ibuprofen. I needed it at the time for the pain, but I needed to go get an X-ray.
Yeah, I remember you said I can't lift my arm.
I couldn't. Here. I told her, I was just like, I took it. I was like, Kayla, I can't lift my arm up. Like I can't. I really couldn't. It was so bad. And then fast forward, I ended up being better enough to do Bayou Classic. I was really scared. I ain't gonna lie, to do that flip again for Bayou Classic. I was scared, but I got through it. I did the flip. I did the whole performance. Great. Spring 2016. Spring 2016. So after grad years. Yeah. Spring 2016. We was about to perform for a baseball game, and we was practicing the field show we was gonna do. And I think I was doing this. What were we doing?
You don't ask me.
Is it I'm Real? I think we was doing I'm Real. I really think we were. We was practicing it, and I just did a move, and it just, shit, I didn't even know what happened, to be honest. I never knew my shoulder could get completely dislocated like that, but it just came out.
It happened so fast.
It really did.
I thought it happened in the doll room.
It was in the doll room. We was practicing.
Yeah.
In the doll room, because we were practicing for the performance.
And literally, we had to stop practice. Everything just ended.
Didn't y'all bring me to the emergency room?
No,
the ambulance came and got me, though.
Girl, you wasn't there. I don't know where the hell I was. Me or Jay wasn't there.
Girl, Taylor and Jordan brought me. Girl, I thought you was there. Oh my God.
No,
they
I probably would have been fainted on the floor.
I don't know who car they put me in. I don't even know what happened. I just know it was the most dramatic night ever, because Jordan, in her nursing career in the beginning, she looking for a pulse, thinking I'm.
She thinking you dead.
This girl must have thought I couldn't breathe. This girl was like, oh my gosh, I can't find a pulse. I'm just like.
Why is she checking for a pulse?
I don't even know.
She probably hurt your arm.
My sis went in nursing mode, and they ended up having to call the ambulance, and the ambulance gave me whatever shot it was to like ease the pain, and then that was fine till I got to the hospital. Then they had to pop it back in place.
And you said that drive to the ambulance, you could feel every bump.
When they had me in the car, they tried to bring me to a hospital first. And they didn't have an ER at that hospital or something like that. So at the hospital, I just like, I can't drive no more. Like, we can't drive. Like, it's too painful. So the ambulance just came and got me.
From the hospital.
And then, they popped it back in place at the hospital. I got physical therapy. And then I was fine for 2016 season. And then fast forward to however many years, it just happened for Teneria's birthday in January. So it got dislocated again.
How did it get dislocated?
It's pretty ugly.
Little bruise.
She had a party bus. And I had my arm up, like, just like this. For a party bus, the ceiling ain't that high, so you could just hold your arm up for stability, like, just to have my balance.
And you were holding the one that was
but I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah. Like, it's been years since that happened.
Yeah, wow.
And literally, y'all, I don't know if the bus stopped, and then my arm shoulder
ooh.
Before I knew, my shoulder was out. And I feel like it's too painful to keep, like, risk trying to, like, dance and do stuff with it. So I'm probably going to have a surgery. So there's not going to be any dancing for me right now.
Yeah, definitely need to recover that shoulder before you go back to 100%. But it's definitely coming after that.
It is.
Soon after. Give your prayers out to Alyx's shoulder because we really need her back in this dance room again.
No, for real. And this one guy that came to my job, I was in a sling, and he was just like, oh no, like, he was like, I don't know what happened to your shoulder. I was like, well, it got dislocated. He was like, oh no. He just literally said a quick little prayer for me. He was like, I just want you to know Jesus does not want your shoulder to be hurting. Like, he don't want you to be going through pain and stuff. Everything gonna be all right. This was a complete strength random guy, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I had an amazing day after that.
Wow.
I know.
It's just the power of prayer, y'all. So just really please pray, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so that answers that question. So moving on to the next question. If you could have a redo of college, what would you do differently? Think about that
one. A redo of college. I ain't even gonna lie. I really had some good college years. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I don't think it's nothing I would do different because I was gonna say I feel like I would have done more, but what I was doing wasn't allowing me to do more. Like, with dolls, you really can't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a normal freshman year, especially if you come in as a freshman doll. Like, you don't have a normal freshman year as everybody else.
Would you have done something differently as a doll?
I feel like I would have, you know what I would have done? I would have watched myself more to, like, focus on really just improving in the year, like from my freshman year to my sophomore year. Because I feel like you might think you have more time and you always, like, you don't know how much time you have with that. And I just felt like I had years to improve and I would never watch videos. Like, I feel like y'all watch the videos of yourself. I never did.
I didn't watch videos of myself our crab year, but after that I watched
and I feel like y'all would watch yourselves in 2016 and I never did. I just was so adamant about, like, I'm not watching it. Like, I lived through it, I'm not watching it. And I would go back and watch it, I'm like, dang, I don't like my hand placements. I don't like it's like, dang, I should have, like, perfected that. So that way, I mean, maybe I could have reached my full potential. But I mean, I still wouldn't do that over, but that's what I would have done different with dolls. But like my college years, I had fun. Like, after I was done with dolls, I did Delta. I met my line sisters. We did everything together, dang near. Like, we
were really close.
I had a time.
What would you?
Girl, we was going clubbing and stuff. You remember that? You was going with us?
I wasn't going with your line sisters.
After 2015? No, but I'm saying like 2016. Remember?
I didn't go after our crab year. I was like, y'all can have it.
Life where you living?
I was lame. Well, actually, no, I wasn't lame. I was in my apartment getting high, and I was fine with it and watching movies. And I was in a relationship, so
That's too bad. I had a time.
You had a time. We both had fun. You would recommend Southern?
Absolutely, 10 out of 10. My little sister swore she wasn't gonna go there, and guess what her ass said? Right there on that yard.
And she over there.
Right there on that yard.
Would you recommend people to go to Southern?
Turn it into somebody from BR. Yeah, I recommend everybody to go. But I wouldn't pressure nobody to go. Like, I told my sister, because all my family went to Southern. Literally all my family. And I told her straight up, you need to really think about what you want to do. And I was like, you don't need to do it just because everybody else doing it.
Because that's what you did.
You don't need to go into a certain major or whatever because everybody, because you know, like, just really think about it right now. I wasn't thinking before college. I just knew I was going to be a doll. I didn't care about nothing else. But I feel like I would have thought more about that. That's probably what I would have done different. I would have thought more about my major, and I would have done internships when I could, just to get more experience for after college.
But how much thinking do you, like, if you really don't know what you want to do with your life?
It's really not, you're right. It's really not that much you can do.
You can't plan.
But I feel like for me, I would have at least thought about what I wanted to do because I was in agriculture because my dad put me in it. And like looking back on background and I understand why he did. Because if I told him like I don't know what I want to do, and he knows, okay, this field, for one, you're gonna make great money. It's a lot of things you can do. This is something I've done. I see why he did it ultimately, but like I wouldn't have really done that. Like I would have tried to do something else, like something that I think I would have liked, versus just going into college and just being like, okay, I'm here, not really caring about what's after college, like what I'm gonna do when I leave.
Yeah, even after college, it's like, what am I gonna do with this degree?
Yeah.
So it's
everybody
like,
going through it though. Everybody go through that.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's still going through it, no matter what they want to do.
Exactly. So it's just like, pray about it and just let God lead you.
At this point.
So the supporters wants to know, what's new in your life that you haven't shared yet?
I don't know. I feel like I travel a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I travel a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't vlog about it. God bless me to meet like amazing people out here. I met a friend who pretty much, we just go everywhere together. And like we travel a lot, and we really are genuinely friends.
And y'all are friends first. That's how really y'all supposed to do it. Just be friends.
For real. That's
like for a while.
But yeah, like just with like get me out the house and like just go everywhere, literally everywhere. I feel like that's the only part I haven't shared, like showed people.
Alyx has a new friend. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What is your comfort food or like your favorite food? Your go-to food, like something that you would eat forever and you'll never get tired of. Like mine is mangoes.
What now?
Mangoes.
You about to say like
I could eat. Well, that's food.
You didn't like them dried mangoes that I had?
it wasn't nasty. It's just like I like juicy mangoes.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know?
Mine has consistently been pizza.
Pizza? What kind of pizza? Just regular cheese pizza?
No. Sometimes I like all kinds of pizza, but
What's your
I'm
go-to
more of like
toppings?
a meat pizza.
Ooh, ew! I hate sausage.
But I don't want all that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like pepperoni.
And
I take that
sausage?
off
You
of
like
there.
sausage?
Yeah, I don't like. No,
Really?
I just like chicken and I like vegetables on my pizza these days. You gotta grow up sometimes, you know, like just grow up and get that supreme pizza.
Girl,
Get the supreme pizza. Barbecue, pineapples. You put pineapple. You like pineapple?
That's a Hawaiian pizza. That's
But
not.
do you like pineapples? I like all kinds of pizza.
I do like pineapples on my pizza, but not too much. I don't want too much toppings. It's just too overwhelming.
You like cheese pizza?
I like cheese pizza. I'm a regular cheese pizza. I only get cheese pizza and then I get green peppers and spinach and that's it. I don't get no meat on my pizza, but you know, meat is not needed for me. I don't need meat. I can just have a whole bunch of sides and call it a day.
I can do that kind of pizza though.
Do you like a deep dish or you like a thin crust?
Baby, all of them. I like pizza.
You ain't went to Chicago and had Chicago pizza though yet.
Well, you need to take me.
Yes, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm going to Chicago to just eat this pizza and eat it for the rest of my life.
Somebody said they got a good place that tastes like Chicago out here.
How was your journey in self-discovery or finding out what you want in life? Or are you still trying to figure it out?
I was just about to say,
So
honestly,
navigating that?
it's just gonna be a journey. And I feel like I learned that even listening to other people's stories, it's just like, okay, I'm here now. Like, it's gonna always be a journey.
Yeah.
People is like in their 50s still trying to just navigate and figure out who they are, what they like, what they don't like, what they want to do. I feel like it's just a journey. And I mean, I think everybody just gotta learn how to embrace it. Because it's not till you get to the end to where it's like, dang, I wish I would have embraced it because now I see what's at the end. Like, I'm good now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus, dang, I didn't even have to really like do all that worrying and stressing.
You appreciate the destination if you like really work hard and like struggle during the journey.
Yeah, but the journey is what matters, honestly. And I feel like I'm still learning that. I'm saying that, but like I still be like just over it. I'm trying to practice what I preach. That's my goal. But I be like over it, and I let my situations that I have going on in my life kind of just determine how I feel. And I feel like that's not really how you're supposed to go about it. Like, you're supposed to still be, you know, happy and find joy in everything and just be grateful every day, like regardless of how you feel and what's going on. I feel like I'm still learning that. But saying that to say, I'm still in my journey. I don't know what I'm trying to do, like what I'm getting at. I just do.
And it's good that you have like that self-knowledge of that you're not there yet. So that is growth, just that. Like what you need to work on. So that's amazing, Alyx. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So you're 25, so when you're 30.
Not to be an asshole, but I just hate that question because
I know,
just be like,
I know,
baby,
you don't know.
I can't see what I'm doing tomorrow.
These are supporters' questions. These ain't my questions.
But I do get it because that's a common question. I feel like people in interviews ask that a lot, and it's just like you somewhere on a yacht or something, like somewhere just living my best life. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want to do next year. You want to ask me where I'm gonna be in 5 years? I have no idea.
Only
I'm just
God knows.
gonna speak in and say I'm going to be living my best life. I'm gonna be traveling. Girl, 30. Shoot, I might be with a family or something.
Oh, you hesitated when you said
I'm trying to
like,
think about
but like family.
Like, I might have a little family family or something.
I can't say baby, you gotta be specific. Family.
Yeah, I'm gonna say family first because I want to be married first.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to just handle little babies for real right now.
Yes. Okay, so we know that you love to take care of yourself, hair and everything. So what do you do for self-care?
Just recently, like what was that? Saturday? I went to get a facial. I haven't gotten a facial in a long time. Facials, I feel like I'll go get like a massage. Fun fact, I have not found a masseuse that actually gives like a massage that feels good. It just be like, just get me the fuck off this table. I'm finna really, cause I feel like you're fighting me. So get me.
They're too rough?
Yes. Girl, it be hurt. Like I went twice. And I just was like, okay, at this point, it's not for me. Plug in your massage therapists and stuff, preferably in Atlanta, because girl, no, like it's like bad.
I'm gonna give you a little story, Alex. Y'all, like, I really didn't get into massages until I started working overnight. You know, I was working at the hotel every night. And I was like, I'm gonna just treat myself since I was making money. I'm gonna just get a massage every week. And I had a massage guy, right?
I didn't know you was doing that.
Yeah, girl.
I never knew you was getting weekly massages.
Yes, because this is when you was with your friends, girl, and I was at work. No, this is 2019 because it's my last semester, my last year of college. This is with, like after I was off dolls and everything and I could actually work. I was I was working all the time.
That's the hotel days?
Yes. Yeah. And I was working all the time. So I was like, I need to get a massage and I need this. Like, this is my self-care. Let me just call this masseuse Jason. His name was Jason, okay?
Oh, good.
So let's just call him Jason, y'all. You have to have a massage person who actually knows your body. Yeah, because he knows where I'm ticklish. I'm like very, very, very ticklish. Like, especially like right here, my inner thighs, like all that. Basically, he learned my body and everything. And then he told me if I invite a friend, I can get discounts off my massage. So I invited my line sister. And so basically, I would get a 2-hour massage. And then my line sister would wait for my massage. And then she would go after me and I would wait for her 2-hour massage. So tell me why, when Jason was doing like the little thing, he was right by my coochie lips. And then he was like literally fingers on my coochie. And I was like, oh wait, you're just too close.
No, sir.
Immediately he stopped though. Immediately he stopped and like finished the massage, everything. He didn't do anything inappropriate. And then my line sister got her massage. Tell me why after we talked about the massages, she was like, girl, tell me why Jason had his fingers on my coochie.
Why he did that? That was his first time doing that?
No, he was a professional massage, and I literally got a massage from him every single week.
But I'm saying every single week he wasn't doing that.
He was never doing that.
He
just randomly did it one day.
It got too damn comfortable. That's just nasty.
Yeah, but I say that to say you need to just find a massage that know your body.
Baby, not like that. Now you touching up on trying to
right, wear panties.
Shit, about to get something else.
Right.
No, ma'am.
You need to.
No, I really do. I really do want to find somebody because I want to be able to just relax. That's the point of a massage to me. But I'm like, damn, maybe it's supposed to hurt. Too.
No, it's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be enjoyable.
They was like, they probably were like getting in like the muscles. And no, baby, I ain't that damn tense. Like, come on now. You about to break. Girl, I was like, nah. Like, I really had times where I was just about to be like, okay, let me just get up.
I'm very surprised you didn't say anything because you're literally a person that
no, because I really was just like, after twice of saying like too hard, it's like you would think like,
you're like,
okay,
this hurts.
Yes.
Just say this hurts. Not
I did. I ended up saying it. I was like, okay, this, like, no, that hurts. Like, and then like sometimes like if she like down on the leg, I would just kick my leg up like, ow.
Kick her ass.
Shit. Like, come on now. Girl. And I don't even like doing all that because I really want it to be a relaxing type of thing. But damn, you really trying to kill me. Like, girl, this supposed to be a massage.
This is supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah. So, twice. Girl,
so what you do for self-care is?
I like to do facials. I do my skincare routine like every morning, every night. But I do feel like that's like my winding down time. I feel like it's therapeutic in a way. And then I wouldn't say my hair. Girl, I can't stand doing my hair. I feel like getting facials, I might make that like a regular thing. And then I would say massages, but yeah, it's not a thing for me. Probably, you know what? Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I do go shopping sometimes when I'm just like, let me just go do something for skin products mostly. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Or like I'll go eat somewhere or something.
I know that you've been having skin issues. How was that journey, and like what products do you recommend people who are watching who do have those same issues?
Fun fact, I did Accutane, which made a huge difference. So I started going to a dermatologist. Like, don't get me wrong, I learned how to take care of my skin on my own. Like, that's what I was doing in college. I would learn how to clear a breakout and drastically change my skin, but I just got tired of it. So I finally went to a dermatologist, and then I went from tretinoin, which is a topical cream, to like Accutane. And then Accutane is pretty much like one of the strongest drugs in terms of like for skin. It's a pill you take for, I forgot how many months. I didn't do all the months, but I'm actually gonna do videos videos. Fun fact, I have all the videos recorded talking about all of this, and I just never did anything with them. But I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna post them because at this point I don't even remember the journey. I feel like when I recorded it is when I should have posted it, or even back when I should have started originally when my skin was like worse, and I could have like showed the actual real. I do have pictures and stuff, but I'm just saying, like, I originally intended to show like literally the start of the journey to like where I am now. And I'm not saying I'm at the end, but it's obviously like a drastic difference. But yeah, I did do Accutane. I feel like I gotta say that because some people probably gonna think just like over the counter products cleared my skin up completely, and that's not really the case. I don't want to mislead anybody, so
right.
I did do Accutane.
As long as Accutane worked for you, girl. But I seen St. Ives in your bathroom, and I heard stuff about St. Ives because of exfoliation. I heard that it like damages the barrier.
It does. It's too rough for your skin. I don't use it on my face. I stopped using it
only when you shave.
I use it as a body exfoliator sometimes, but I still feel like that's too rough. But it you know what I use it for my chest. I feel like when my chest was get small breakouts around like my cycle, when I use that on my chest, and I don't rub it hard, like I just mildly do it and I rinse it off, it'll like clear my chest up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I use it for that. I would not, please don't use that on your face. If you just take one bead of it and just rub it on your skin, it's literally gonna feel like it's cutting your skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't really feel it that much because you got multiple beads, but if you just take one, you're gonna feel how rough it is. Like it's not good.
Just FYI for those.
Salicylic acid is in it. That's really good. You can find other products with that, but don't use the St. Ives one for your face.
This is one of my favorite questions that I love that my supporters ask. How was it to have Melody as a craft sister?
Girl, stressful.
Was it really?
Melody, yes, it was stressful.
She talked the most shit.
Imagine, no, because I'm not even gonna put you all the way on blast, but this is why it was stressful. It was so stressful because Melody was like a little baby that just don't listen. Like, she just don't listen. And it took for me at the time, like as a freshman, as a crowd, we don't know each other that well. It makes sense that Melody would be high every day in practice and none of us knew. Because y'all, we would legit like go over stuff, catch-ons, the routines, like just everything that we needed to know for the next day. And she would show up and just not know anything. And it's just like, Mel, why do we rehearse? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it would be stressful because I feel like we was different because I was the type that cared too much. Like, I cared too much. I wanted way too much. I just wanted everything. Like, I wanted, and then I didn't care just about me. Like, we were taught to be one anyway. So like, even if you were selfish, that just knocked that out. You don't have time to be selfish because if somebody did something wrong, everybody did it wrong. So I was just like, well, damn, bitch, I ain't gonna never get ahead if you ain't coming up too. Like, you need to come on.
Let me rephrase the question. What do you like about me as a craft sister?
Oh, I thought they said, oh, that's what they
that's what they asked is about how you like me as a craft sister. But clearly,
no, what was it like?
Something negative.
No, not what I like. What was it like to have Melody? So it was stressful on one hand, on the bigger hand. It was stressful. Just keeping her in line and be like, Mel, just staying on her toes. Because I mean, you know, but honestly, overall, the transition for you, it was good to see. Because like, you know, you was already behind anyway in terms of not knowing the HBCU style and stuff. It was just like, you know, we just have to be patient anyway. But like, you know, you caught on quick and like you started just
did I catch on quick?
Elevating.
Not quick
like
whole
that.
Year to catch on, but
not quick, but like you got there. Like you got to, and I feel like it's probably like around. I feel like for all of us, ASU was like our homecoming, whichever one came first. That was when we was like confident. Like we was like, okay, we got it. But like it was stressful, but it was also just full of memories because I feel like it wouldn't be the same if Melody wasn't our craft sister. Like it would just be like she was the entertainment. And then like I ain't gonna go too into detail about everything as crafts, but Melody was very entertaining, to be honest. Like you were and I feel like we was like really close at one point. So we was literally twins in a sense. So like
we used to call each other
together. And then we would just clown.
Yeah. It's crazy that she said that I can't imagine anybody else being my craft sister because I feel the same way. Like sometimes I look back, I'm like, why didn't I just go straight to Southern after I graduated from high school? Why didn't I just go in 14? But at the same time,
it wouldn't have been
the same.
Or it probably wouldn't, like, you know, nothing would have been the same. Like, who's to say we even would have made it that year or something?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't have done it because I was still in high school. But yeah, I wouldn't take back any of my craft sisters, honestly. But it was very interesting to say the least, having Melody as my craft sister. Like, this girl just don't care about nothing for real. Like, but it was something admirable. Like, it was something that I kind of like looked up to in a sense because it's like, okay, like you don't have to care about everything, you don't have to worry about everything. Just be like,
just
go with the flow.
Let it flow. That's my like.
It's too much for her though. Don't even, no, it's just too, you go too far with the flow. You just gotta, something.
That's my go-to line, y'all. I feel like that's my thing. Let it flow.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your first thought of me when you met me?
Girl. What I thought about?
Something nice.
Who it was?
Be nice.
But no, who it was that got, no, this is for real.
With the girl with the titties out.
Who it was?
Every time I think about Trez, I think about the girl with her titties up.
Who?
That really a really pretty girl. She made it all the way to the end, and she always had like whenever she changed, she was just out there, just butt ass naked.
With her titties out?
With her titties
I
out.
don't remember who that was, but I feel like with Mel, who that was just talking the whole doggone time when we was sitting. Were you in the same dressing room?
I was in the dressing room with Taylin. You were in the room with us when we were waiting forever to get our names called.
Somebody just talked the whole time. I don't remember if it was you.
It was me.
It was Melody.
It was me.
This girl was like, "What is up, girl? What you asked?" And everybody was just
I
like,
wanted to know.
What? She like imagine like being at Southern
At tryout.
You know about Southern and everything, and somebody come ask you, "What's the blue and gold? Like what's the golden?" Like basically,
I didn't know.
I asked about. They were talking about golden blues. The girl didn't know about that.
I didn't.
It was something with dolls that you really didn't know about either. Everybody was
Bayou
kind of just
Classic.
like, "Oh yeah, what's the Bayou?
I said Bayou
what's the Bayou
Classic.
Classic?"
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, "Girl, why are you here? What you doing?"
The fans love when you say that joke. They just go key.
Because I just remember these things and I just was like, "Ooh, this girl needs to just shut up." But that's just me.
Yeah, I was running my mouth and I would think about it.
The whole
I should
time.
have just shut up. Because what if I did not get picked? I would have been like, damn.
Leave my ass where she at.
Like, damn, I'm thinking that this is my grad sister. This is my grad sister.
Bruh, no, and you right, yes, but I feel like I remember telling you, I was like, "Oh Lord," she just, cause y'all Mel had on the first time we met up, Mel had on some basketball shorts and some slides.
It's not that. That's cute.
I was like, maybe she a little
It's
country
a
like
slide.
me, like that's the type of stuff.
What's
I
wrong
used
with
to wear.
basketball shorts and slides?
You could not wear that. Just
What's
walking
wrong
around
with it?
as a doll.
As a doll, yeah, I get it as a doll.
That's why Kayla was like, "Don't wear that no more."
I remember Kayla was like, Kayla taught me
She
a lot.
looked at
though.
that and was like, "Don't wear that no more." And I'm like,
Did I wear it again?
"No."
I think I
Not
wore
in
it.
front of her.
Yeah, I think I wore it again, but not. But I didn't wear it on campus.
Not in front of her.
Actually,
That's
I
the type of
didn't.
stuff I be wearing. Like, just I could wear that every day for real. But I was like, she probably just real chill like me. Like, she just be, you know, she don't really care about dressing up all the time and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm so glad that I'm not famous because I can just go outside the house looking like any type of way. And
But that's the
cares.
style now. Like, just looking like a bum.
Yeah, but I be going outside looking crazy. My hair be looking crazy
Yeah.
all over my fucking
That's
head.
how I be. You already know.
Ooh, I don't even want to say. I don't even expose myself, y'all.
Some people actually get dressed up to go to the store and stuff. Like,
Why? Because they don't know who you.
like you
gonna
never
run
know who
into.
you're gonna run to. Baby, you
That's
gonna
what
see the
my-
real me.
That's what my aunt said every time. She's like, you always have to look presentable at all times. You don't know who you're. I already got my husband.
It's not even about that. I just feel like it's just like, even if you run into me, you somebody important. If anything, I feel like I'll wow you my personality. Like, you
Yeah.
might, like, I might look like a little bum, but when we start talking, like, oh dang, she real cool. Like, she got some sense. Like,
Right. I'm
was
still
like, yeah.
cute even if I'm ugly.
And if we go on a
Period.
date, you gonna see like, well, she clean up real nice.
Yes. Okay,
So-
so they ask you, how is your mental health right now?
I feel like it's always just up and down. I feel like you have days when it's like, okay, but I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not in like a very comfortable, happy space in my life. Like I feel like I don't like what I'm doing. I feel like a lot of things need to change. Like overall, we already talked about just changing habits so that I can change ultimately my life. Because if you just keep doing the same thing, expecting
Yes.
different results, you're just
Just-
insane. That's
Yeah.
literally insanity. So
Yeah.
I just feel like I have a lot to play with how I feel mentally, because if I allow myself to be in environments that I don't like and I just keep being there, but it is a mental thing at the same time. So it's kind of just like you are supposed to still enjoy where you are, but it's like you do want to kind of control like your life and what you want for your life. So I feel like I'm there like where I need to just make that swerve, like do things that I actually enjoy versus just working a job every day that is just like ugh and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that have to play with like my mental every day. And I feel like a lot of people on a daily, there's probably like the same thing they be like going through. I don't know nobody that really like their fucking jobs. But it's important to have people to talk to though. I got my people that I talk to like on a daily. Shout out to my best friend. I talk to Tweety a lot. She's a therapist. She be giving me love, you know, whatever. And therapy, speaking of, I feel like you do therapy?
I've done when I was younger because
You did therapy when you was young?
yeah, real quick story, Alex. So when I was younger, I told you guys in the first episode of my podcast, when I was a teenager, I was 15 and I was messing with an 18-year-old. And my mom was like, nope. As punishment, you're not gonna be able to dance anymore. In my young mind, I'm like thinking I'm hurting her, but I was like, if I can't dance, I'm gonna just kill myself. And my mom, I told her that. I did not mean it at all. I just told her that so I can dance. And she let me dance. But you know what she did? She signed me up for a psychologist, and I had to take I literally had to go see a psychologist twice a week. And like me and her had to take psychology classes. Honestly, I said psychology classes. What is it? Therapy. Yeah, therapy sessions. Because, and honestly, I'm glad that happened because it really did help us in our relationship. Because I'm like the youngest child, and my mom's like super, super overprotective. I told you guys that before. So I feel like I couldn't tell her things, like especially how I feel. And if I did tell her stuff, she wasn't the parent to like apologize and say I'm sorry. Like it would just be like, all right, we're moving on to the next thing. You know what? So I feel like therapy definitely did help. But ever since then, I never really seen a therapist, and it's crazy because while I was at therapy, they diagnosed me with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. My mom would say, she would tell me something, and I'd be like, no, it's this. I feel like she literally talked the therapist into diagnosing me with OCD.
No.
But then it wasn't until I got older, I realized I really do have OCD. I really, really do. Yeah. Like I like things in a specific place. I like things the way I like things.
I feel like that's how I am too, though.
Yeah. But I didn't know that until I went to therapy. So
yeah, I think everybody needs to do therapy. I never did it before, but I'm about to do it. Even though I feel like, I don't know, I be torn because I be feeling like you're not about to help me with my life. Like I feel like I gotta go off for that. I'm gonna talk to God, he gonna do what he gotta do. But I feel like it's always good to talk to somebody that you probably don't know that could just see it from a different perspective.
Yeah, especially professional that they literally learn how to do this.
Right. But I still feel like I take that with a grain of salt. Like I'm gonna listen to you and hear you out. And yeah, I hope you tell me something about myself that I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm definitely glad that we covered mental health because like I said, it's very important, especially in our 20-somethings and trying to figure out life. So I definitely want to mention, I didn't realize this, but I literally lived with every single one of my craft sisters. You know, you don't really know somebody unless you live with them. I literally lived with Jay my first year as a crab, and then the second year I lived with Alyx, Jordan, and Taylin. So I literally lived with them, all of them, and knew the good side, the bad side. Like we fought, we didn't talk to each other sometimes, we was going out sometimes. We just had literally ups and downs, and I feel like now that we had those experiences and actually lived together, we actually know who each other are. How was I as a roommate?
We didn't stay like on the same side.
Yeah, it was like Southern dorms.
Me and Taylin, and then you and Jordan.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening, visualize, okay, so when you walk into the dorms, it's a left side and a right side, and it's 2 rooms on the right side, 2 rooms on the left side. And I lived on the left side with Jordan, and Alyx lived on the right side with Taylin. So
I know you was cooking a lot. You will always cook. I'll tell you that. Like you would make your little pastas and stuff, and you would give me something like, oh Alyx, I got some left over. You can have some. Like, okay, thank you. I feel like all that was a blur though. Like I feel like I don't remember all the details.
I remember one thing that we wasn't talking. I don't know why we fell out for like a while. No, it wasn't just me and you. It was like you, Taylin, and all y'all. It was like me against like everybody. I don't know why we fell out. Everybody who was living in the dorm. And I remember we had a roach problem inside the dorm.
Girl,
y'all, the roaches are so bad. I was just like
in the apartments, not the dorm.
In the apartment.
But they got roaches too.
They got roaches everywhere around Southern campus. You ain't no escaping them.
Girl.
But I was like, when I see them in the bathroom. I didn't see it. I did never see it in my room, thank God. But I see them in the bathroom. I feel dirty if I take a shower and I see a roach. Like I feel like I'm not clean. I wasn't talking to them at the time, and I was just like, I'm gonna just go get a bomb. I'm gonna get a buzz bomb.
Oh my gosh, I do remember.
I was like, dang, I guess I don't want to kill these bitches. I don't want to bomb these bitches.
So what you told us we had to leave, huh? Like
no, I was like, you guys, we need to talk. I was like, we need to have a talk. Remember our talk?
No, we had to have a talk. We did.
Yeah, we did.
Well, what was the problem?
Exactly. I don't know what the problem is. I think it was. I do know what it was. It was when Jordan went off on me at the doll room, and she was just like, cause I got tailed, and she was like, you don't deserve it, and it really hurt my feelings. I was just like, bitch, I tried out for this shit and I made it fair and square, and like nobody had my back in the doll room.
Wait,
and I was
you
like,
actually got it?
Yeah, well I got it. Remember, I got it, but I just like gave it to my. I was like, fuck it, I don't want it. I don't remember you getting it. Yes, I got it. I got tail.
This is all a blur to me.
And then I gave it to my. I was like, you can have it. Fuck it. I don't really care about it anymore. Like, cause y'all didn't have my fucking bag.
Well, okay, I remember that part, but I don't remember you actually getting it. But what I could say in regards to that was I just remember feeling like, okay, you already know, like Maya was my big sister. When we got like closer, we wasn't like close like we are now, but we had gotten closer. And I feel like everything that she went through in terms of losing every single one of her crab sisters and just the only one representing 14, and you know, us always having her back, you know, throughout the years and stuff, like I feel like, well, for one, I don't even know if you came in to us, like, you know, like, hey, I think I want to try out for like tail or something.
I did tell y'all, and y'all didn't take me seriously. Y'all was like,
oh shit, maybe we thought she was playing. But I feel like, just looking back at it, I feel like I was just in the mind space of that's all she have, like on the team. That's all she have, like that's her little moment. Like, and it's kind of just like, it would be kind of messed up to take that from her too. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, I don't know if we like actually discussed it, but that's why I was just like, why would you go for tail? Like, why would you do that when that's all that girl have? Like, and don't get me wrong, I do see the both sides of it, like in a sense of Danny opening up a position to be like, well, let's make it fair.
Yeah, because
like,
we never had tail tryouts.
Right, it's not a tryout thing, and that's my thing too. I feel like we were so used to like you appoint the tail,
exactly.
like you know what I'm saying.
And that's kind of what made it so messy. I feel
exactly, and I feel like it didn't have to be that. So with you trying out, we was all just kind of already on one accord. We're like, well, damn, I thought we was gonna be on the same page as a class of like this for Maya, and we knew why.
Yeah,
but like
you wasn't.
But as you just being like, I mean, shit, I want to be the tail, but I don't think you really was thinking about it.
I really wasn't. Honestly, it wasn't until the year after. I think it was 17 where it was another tail trial, and of course Danny was captain. And it was when I was trying out with Kaylin and Jada as tail, and I was just like, now I know how Maya feels. And I'm trying to be
like, you would think that you're literally gonna give this to me.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But no, yeah, and I feel like that was the first problem. Like, it should have never been a tryout. It's just like, do it how you usually do it. Appoint that person. Now, if she would have just wanted to appoint you, then okay, there's nothing nobody can do about that. Like, we just gotta, okay, it is what it is. But we was just like, well, that's all Maya got. Like, just let her, you know, I feel like that's her position. Like, just let her do that. And then, you know, once next year happened, if she's captain, then, you know, you go ahead and slide in the spot.
Right, but it didn't happen like that. So, honestly, it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
It did, because you ended up being tail eventually.
Yeah, I got tail eventually. And then I say that to say that we never really communicated about all that. That's why I was like,
we did,
I texted her.
But I remember feeling like that. I was just like, why would she do that? Like, no, we're not gonna support you.
That's why we fell out. That's why we really fell out. For like,
no, but you know, I remember you calling me, and you know what? I know why. I remember just being like, okay, you got me bent. It was when I had lost all my stuff at your apartment, when they came and took all my shit.
Y'all, let me tell y'all. So I was staying in the Palisades. Y'all don't stay in the Palisades. Do not stay in the Palisades.
There's a lot of other stuff they got going on in the Palisades too. That girl had talked about on TikTok.
It's always somebody get shot.
No, when somebody had a key to her apartment and opened her shit up, like when she was there, like type stuff. Like, we're not doing that. I'm gonna show you the TikTok. No, for
we
real.
keep getting carried away.
But for real, like, don't stay there. I would never recommend. Please don't. For real. Like, find somewhere else to stay. But yeah, you can go ahead and tell a story. Mel did not tell me that she was basically supposed to leave out her apartment. She had like probably X amount of days to be in her apartment. They was kicking her out. So one practice, we had practice, and they called her, and I just remember her saying like, Alyx, we gotta go get our stuff basically, because like I have to leave out my apartment.
They threw it in the dumpster.
They took my shit. I walk in, and they had my suitcase open, stuff all over the place, took my good stuff, took what they wanted to.
What, they did?
Yes, girl, my nice little red polo hat and all of that gone. Like, girl, I knew all that stuff that was gone.
I did not know that.
Brand new makeup bag, y'all. My cousin just brought me a makeup bag for my birthday, because my birthday was in the summer. I had just bought new makeup for the season. Like, makeup is expensive. Just bought new makeup, foundation, everything. Brand new that.
Dang,
brand new face products.
Girl, when the hell did I
just remember it happening, and I was so pissed off. And I didn't have no more, like, my clothes. That was my clothes for crab. It was either crab week or it was crab week. That was my clothes for crab week, because I packed a suitcase from home, because everybody go home for the fall and then return in the spring. That's all I had. So I left. I don't know what y'all did. I left pissed off, like, all my shit gone, lost all this shit.
And how you gonna blame me?
And let me tell you why though. Whatever you had going on with these people, you were supposed to be out of that
apartment. Girl,
apartment.
I did not know they were gonna do that. How are you gonna blame me?
That's not the point. I was in my tub. I was back home.
Okay.
I was in my tub soaking, and you called me, and I was thinking you was about to call me to, to just talk about what happened, and you was just like, Alyx, I basically felt some type of way because I wanted to try for tail, and none of y'all had my back. That's when you first addressed it. And I was like, Melody, you really like gonna ask me this right now when I just lost all my shit at your apartment? Like, you really like this? What you?
I wasn't thinking about that.
She was not.
Let's just go back to the beginning. We did not communicate. All in all, we did not communicate to each other about how we really felt. Now that we're older, we could talk about it.
But my thing is, if you see me lost all my shit, that's what you're gonna call me and ask me?
I did not think about that, Alyx. I wasn't thinking about that because you know why? Because I didn't know where the hell I was gonna start.
You still had all your stuff. Like what? This girl
I had my stuff but no home.
She still had all her stuff and they just took my stuff and trashed it out. Like, come on now. And
well,
then, like,
she got a home to go to. I definitely get where you coming from now. I wasn't thinking about that and she wasn't thinking about what I was thinking about either. So we just didn't communicate.
Girl, I ain't give a damn about no tail. I'm like, girl, take your tail.
What was the whole? You don't really know somebody unless you live with them. Do you feel like you're gonna be living in Atlanta long term, like for a while since you?
No.
Really?
I feel like I haven't experienced it yet because like almost the entire year up until literally September, so January to September, I was living with my cousin and she's older. She also has a kid, well 2 kids, but she has a kid at home that's in like high school and a husband. So you know when you live with somebody, you have to like respectfully abide by their rules. So you don't want to be coming in late at any time. And I already would get off work at 6, so at 6 I feel like my day almost over. Like, you know, and if I try to go somewhere or go out or do anything, I'm not gonna be coming back until what, 10, 11. And I feel like that was kind of late, like to be in somebody else's house. So I wasn't doing anything but going to work, maybe occasionally go eat somewhere or something, you know, with somebody and then come back. But I feel like I didn't have, you know, a normal experience to just be going out and doing things because I still was trying to abide by somebody else's house. Like, you know, so I feel like for the longest, I really didn't have an experience. I'm just starting to like experience Atlanta and probably get out a little more, do more things, connecting with people that I do know that I didn't even know was out here because I never announced it on Instagram. So they was like, oh, you in Atlanta? I'm here too. And I'm like, oh, dang.
She never announced it.
I should have probably been said something.
She just literally, I remember when she called me because she was like, I'm always the person like that people call because I'm always just like the spontaneous, take a leap of faith. She said, I'm moving to Atlanta. I was like, ooh, Alyx. I was just like, I'm excited. I was just so excited because I knew that she's like a person who usually doesn't like to get out of her comfort zone. Like, she is just not the person to take a leap of faith.
I'm not gonna just go do that.
But she did. She did.
I really did. But saying that to say, I don't know if I would stay long term because I don't know. I feel like Atlanta kind of is a little overhyped, a little. But there's a lot of stuff to do. You can make a lot of connections if you just put yourself out there enough. I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't see me staying here for long. For long for me is like for the next 3 to 4 years. But like honestly, I feel like I give myself another solid year and a half maybe, and then I'll probably just be on to the next. It just depends on how things go. Like,
what is next? What is like places you see yourself living in? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I've been thinking hard about Texas, but I felt like a lot of people was just like, it was just
everybody
the thing to
Texas.
do. I felt like it was almost like the thing to do after college. Everybody went to Texas, and I was just like, well, I mean, I don't have to do that, but I feel like it's cool that everybody did that because you just get to go out with your friends, have brunch, do everything. They right there, like versus, okay, I gotta plan a whole trip to go see my friends and to go somewhere with them. Like, you know, I see why. My friends be having a blast in Texas.
Okay, Alyx, how about things you wish you knew before you moved to Atlanta? What is some advice for people who do want to move to Atlanta?
Like Atlanta specifically?
Yeah, Atlanta specifically. Like, what are the things you wish you knew before you moved here?
Like, I feel like I haven't been here long enough to give like pointers of like what I wish I knew. What I'm learning is that everybody just want to be somebody. Like, everybody just like, you know, everybody want to be somebody. A lot of people are opportunists. A lot of people care mostly just about getting their money. They don't really care about you. There's not a lot of people that are genuine, but I have found genuine people. But yeah, I feel like that's a lot of what Atlanta is.
I was surprised when you told me how expensive it is out here. It's like what and what with LA almost.
Apartment living is expensive in Atlanta. If you getting something for like $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, that's gonna be like either a small studio or somewhere like that you probably don't even need to be in the projects or something.
Yeah.
Not to say, but it's true. Like, you get
what you pay for. And
for
that's
real.
the life.
And luxury out here, well, what's worth having in a sense, or like that's nice, is like minimum 15, 16, and that's really for just
basic.
Yeah, that's like
basic nice, like
a little,
not ghetto, not raggedy, but just nice. Like,
but like around midtown, like in town, around like the city areas though.
Yeah. For
like 1 beds, you gonna go for about $2,000 starting price, and then 21, 22, and then You know, for 2 beds, you're gonna do like 23, 24, 25, maybe starting at 2,500. So yeah, you gotta like think about stuff like that too.
Yeah. Somebody asked, is there any mystery, babe? How is your love life? Alyx already touched up on it. She's a very private person. Y'all ain't gonna get nothing out of her.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm in a phase where I feel like I said earlier, just still figuring myself out, that I know I'm mature enough at least to know that, yeah, I can date. You know, I can get serious with someone, like if I choose to, but ultimately I don't think I'm in that space, because if you're not really happy with yourself and like what you got going on for real, like genuinely, and you just like, you know, a good place overall, you can't give 100 to somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times, like I might catch myself, I don't know, like just acting weird with people or acting crazy, like not crazy, but like just like on some unnecessary, like, you know, how I feel today, because that's just how I feel about everything. Like, I'm not in a space where I want to be, and if I'm not satisfied with that, I'm not about to just be all peaches and cream with you and, you know, start getting to the point where I gotta sacrifice and compromise and thinking about you, like always considering you too. I feel like that's the right thing to do in a relationship. I'm not there yet, because I feel like I need to just get myself together, and I feel like that's kind of just, I don't know, if you find the right person, they'll be okay with it, but I'm not okay with it. That's the problem.
I love how self-aware you are.
Yes, I am, because I feel like you gotta consider other people and their feelings. Like, yeah, overall, you gotta make sure you happy, even with dating and just being in a relationship. But you do want to start, you know, considering other people's feelings. You don't want to just be out here just going about life, doing whatever, like not caring how you know, moving with people and, you know, like playing on their little feelings and stuff, and really just knowing you have no intentions of doing, like, you know, I'm still open about everything. Like, I'll tell anybody how I feel, like straight up from the jump. So whatever happened, I told you. So that's just that. At least I told you how I feel. So
it is what it is. Yeah. What is your top 3 goals for 2023?
Okay, just create content. You know, just put myself out there more, because I hear that I have a great personality. But I feel like I just keep myself in like a little box. A lot of people tell me that, for real. Like, when I tell you that message has come to me so many times randomly.
Of course you have a great personality.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people really just be like literally today, Trevor that was with last night, he literally, I swear to you, literally today, he sent me the Bible scripture for the day, and then he sent me a Bible plan that literally the title was "Do It Afraid," like do it scared, like just. Even if you're afraid to do it, just do it scared.
I'm
like,
surprised Trevor sent it to you.
He sent it to me, but Trevor usually always randomly, and then he was just like, you know, this our year to do more, stay focused. Like, that's literally what he said. And he always send like some like random inspirational stuff. But that message of just doing it, you know, stop
thinking about it, just do it.
And stop sleeping on like what God put it. Like, he put it in your brain and your mind and your conscience for a reason. This is what you're supposed to do. So just do it. And you know, you never know where it's gonna go from there. I was kind of scared to do the Good Days. That was my first like project.
Really?
Yeah, like
imagine if you didn't do it.
I know, and what's crazy is like it ended up being on Scissor Fan video, and like, you know, it's just small stuff that come from things when you just do it. Like, you just do it because you don't know what's gonna come from it. But I feel like that's the biggest thing, is just stop thinking and just doing more, because I keep saying I'm gonna do stuff and I don't do it. You get to the end of the year and it's like, oh, this was your goals, girl, you ain't do none of that. So I feel like doing that, but then at the same time I'll be like real iffy about social media. Like, I'll be torn between like, I'm really just need to take a break from this, versus like I need to kind of like do more on social media. So I don't know, that'd be the struggle for me.
Girl, I just realized today that I can't be one to quit social media. I just realized that today. You know why?
You tried?
I deleted the app because I hate the notification thing, the little how many messages
Why
you
you
get.
turn it off?
I don't want to turn it off because I want to know if I got a notification, because that's how I make my money on social media.
Right.
I don't like the little message saying I have a new message, and I really don't. And it's like a little glitch that my Instagram has. So I had deleted the app and re-downloaded it, but I did not know that all of your reels that you have in your drafts delete if you delete the app. So all of the reels that I had already filmed since I started my Instagram are gone.
Why would they do that?
Do not delete the app if y'all want to keep your drafts reels.
What the heck?
Yes.
Girl, that would have pissed me off. I feel like breaks are necessary. And
Yeah.
then when you come back, it's like, okay. Because I feel like whatever you might be trying to do, it might not be the time for it.
Yeah.
So if you feel like in your soul you need a break. But that be the thing, I just be torn between that. So I got to get that together.
It's hard to have a break from social media if you actually make money off of it.
Yeah, that's really like your thing.
Yeah.
But I'm torn because I feel like I could do more on social media. Like, it's a lot of stuff I could do on there. But I feel like that's one of the goals. Like, do more on social media. Honestly, travel more. Just travel. Like,
travel more.
do
Live your
stuff.
best fucking
Yeah,
life.
like that's really ultimately what it is.
It's like, now that we're young, we don't have kids, we don't have any obligations. Like,
None.
just go do what
And
you
I feel
want.
like it's not until something traumatic happens to you or somebody close to you that make you really just be like, damn, I really gotta live my life right now. Like, It's not, don't wait till nobody like pass that's close to you. God forbid, like you lose a limb or something and like, no, I can't walk no more. Like, you know, if I could still walk, I would have.
Yeah.
Girl, if I could just still do that, I would have, you know. You can't wait till stuff like that happen. But I feel like I do want to just travel and get out more. I've been doing it a lot, but I still want to do it more. And probably like, you know, maybe capture moments more. Because you know me, I don't like taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta force her to take pictures and TikToks, y'all.
I know, I do not like doing that, but I feel like just doing that more. You know? I feel like that's probably like my top goals. And all my goal really always is to just keep building my relationship with God. Yeah. Because, without that,
those are really some good goals.
Life is meaningless.
For 2023. Okay, so Alyx, we all would know there's a lot of dancers that listen and watch my podcast and my YouTube channel. So how was your dance journey? Just bring us from the beginning, from the moment you just started walking and started dancing all the way until now. And what is your favorite type of dance style?
I just remember one day my mama taking us to different dance studios. I just give it a ballpark and say I was about, let's just say 10, 11, 12, something like that.
That's when you started?
She took us to a lot of different studios to try out. One of them was like a majorette studio, fun fact. And me and my sister was just like, no, we don't want to do baton. Like, we're not trying to twirl and stuff. Yeah. So I ran across Sharon's School of Dance. That was my dance back in Opelousas. That was what taught me technique. Like, I watched those girls do Shanae's, PKs, everything across the floor. And imagine just not even seeing that ever before in your life. How fast I picked up with dance in general, basic technique. How fast, like, I just got it, like, you know, my flexibility up and just how good I was with it. And even retaining choreography at the time. It was really like a natural thing. It really did come natural to me, dancing. So I ended up joining competition. That's when we started traveling with it. April actually was in Sharon's as well. We would call them the big girls. They were like the senior girls, so they were bigger. And I knew I was like good because they had like this one part where all the big girls were like dancing and they put me in like the middle. Like just little me. Just little me. It was natural and I never thought about it. Like it was just something fun. Like I loved dancing. Like it was just the thing that I love to do. So I got better. I took tap, jazz, ballet, gymnastics, and hip-hop. So that's all the ones I took, and I pretty much was good in almost everything, if I'm being honest. So actually, fun fact, I quit dancing. I think it was like right before I got into high school. So I was getting better and better, and then it's just like one day I was just like, I quit. And I remember my grandma calling me. And she was just so sad about it because everybody would come watch my recitals and it was like they knew like you really good in this. And she was just like, are you sure you want to quit? She was just like, if it's money, I can pay for it. Like this is how like, you know, how much she saw like, okay, you really are passionate and you're good in it. And I was like, no, grandma, it's not about money. Like obviously my parents could have continued supporting me. It was expensive. But I was like, no, it's not about money. I don't know what it is. Grandma, I just don't want to do it. And she was like, well, okay. So I quit dance. And honestly, by the time I got to high school and I tried out for my dance team, I still had my basic technique. It didn't leave me, but my flexibility was gone. So I wasn't like super flexible like I used to be. My technique wasn't as polished as it was. And then I made the team as a freshman in high school at Northwest High School. Shout out to Northwest. Go Raiders. I made the team, went all the way to my senior year, became captain. And while I was, so my sophomore year in high school, I joined LLI. I heard about LLI in Baton Rouge. With Ari, shout out to Ari. I love Ari so much. I swear I love her
Ari's so much. Pregnant now.
She is. Congrats. Shout out to Ari.
Shout out to Ari.
Sending so much prayers and everything your way. But Ari was like the absolute best coach I ever had in my life. She gave me that real tough, like, yes, like, you know, and I think that's why I came in with dolls with that mentality, because it was just like, military. This is the shit you gotta do. Like, what you mean? Come on. And she didn't let us focus just on marching band style. Like, she had us doing hip hop and technique. We was doing, listen, our progressions was not just the simple doll progressions. Like, we had jumps, a whole session for jumps, across the floor technique. We were doing like all kinds of different techniques.
That sounds so much fun though.
It was tiring, but yeah, it was fun. My stamina was like through the roof. I feel like I try to do that now, I wouldn't make it halfway. But
you have a heart attack.
Girl, I would really have a heart attack. I'll be on the floor somewhere. Like, but I did LLI. We competed with that. The band, that was my first really experience with like a huge band. And it was so exciting. And then fast forward, I tried out for dolls. I made the team. Yeah, that was that. But my background is really just like studio dance. And I feel like if I regret anything in life, I don't regret anything. But that's one thing I wish I would have just done throughout. Yeah, you know, like
you wish you go back. You wish you didn't quit.
Because I promise I would have. I just couldn't imagine the kind of dancer I would.
Why did you? Like you said, it it wasn't because of money, why was it?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if I just got bored or I just didn't want to do it. But I was just like, I just don't want to do it no more. Like, I'm
gonna try something else.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say I tried something else. I just didn't want to do it, and it was so crazy of me to do. But like, yeah, and it's crazy because I watched all, like, as a big girl, when you're a graduate in studio, you have like your solo. I always wanted to have like my solo, you know, be able to do my solo and stuff for my recital. And I never did it because I quit before. Like, and I was just like, why? Like, I look back and I'm like, why would I do that? I don't know. My relationship with dance right now is not the exact same. I feel like I kind of want to dance nowadays. Like, at one point, I felt like I wanted to be a professional dancer. When we did the Beyonce thing, I feel like that gave me my first, like, look of what it would be like to be a professional dancer. And I realized I'm not ready for that. Like, it was intimidating, but it was a lesson.
Tell us about the Beyonce experience.
We got a random text, I think from Jonas or somebody. I was like, hey, they got this tryout, y'all should go. It's in New Orleans. Everybody was just like, are y'all really about to go? And some of y'all were like out of state, so y'all couldn't really do it.
I was so mad. It was like literally the day, like the night of, and they were like, we have the trial the next day, and I was in Chicago.
Yeah,
I would have flew back. I would have flew
but
back.
that's because we didn't know who it was for.
Yeah, we did not know who it was for.
And we was just like, okay. So some of us actually went and then made the trial. When I saw Ashley there, I was like, yeah, this is definitely for Beyonce. It was a rumor at the time. And then, I mean, honestly, that whole experience, I don't know how much of it I can talk about, but just seeing like all the stars, like Serena Williams was there, Zendaya was there, Winnie Harlow was there, Amanda Stenberg was there, of course Solange, her mom, Jay-Z pulled up. Like, just seeing everybody, it was like, dang, that's crazy. Like, we really sitting right here. Like, oh, and Chloe and Halle.
And they were just normal.
Everybody was so normal. Even Beyonce, she was just so normal. It was like whenever like we were sitting across the table from each other, she just was like talking. It was just normal. Like, it was like, I still don't think to this day it hit me like, oh girl, you really did that.
What was y'all talking to Beyonce about?
I literally just remember her saying that she really liked olives. She knew she was pregnant with Blue because she was obsessed with olives, and it was like she just craved the olives all the time, so she ate olives all the time.
Really?
Like, I don't know why. I remember her saying that, but yeah,
people was asking her about her pregnancy.
No, I don't think nobody asked her. She just said it. Like, she just was talking. Like,
she said, who the hell gonna ask Beyonce questions? You ain't. Who the hell you think?
No, but she really not like this perception that we have. Like, it's Beyonce. Like, she really not like that. She really be so chill to where it's hard to be starstruck. Like, I couldn't be like, oh my gosh, it's Beyonce, because she's so chill. So we just chill. And if anything, I love being around her dancers. They were so humble and just really down to earth people. Very professional. And yeah, everything was fast paced. Like, that's all I could say. Like, everything was fast paced. Learn a 3-minute dance in one night, then you gotta go shoot the next day, and it's just,
I didn't even see any of y'all dancing. Y'all was just standing.
Cause they shot a lot of the video in New Orleans. I think they used that as the choreography video, but they shot the real video again, I think somewhere else. We were there for the majority of the shoot, but not the choreography portion, if that makes sense. Like, the choreography video, she shot somewhere else, specifically dedicated to choreography.
Yeah.
She used more of like our pieces and what we did in New Orleans for her 1-hour documentary. The choreography portions wasn't really in New Orleans. They didn't really like use that.
You said you don't want to do professional dance stuff anymore, because
I feel like that's not something you can be as. Like, you gotta be really committed to that. And I feel like I don't know if I'm at the place with dance to where I want to be committed to like give it 100%. Honestly, physically I can't. Thinking about it realistically, like, I would have fucked around and like threw my shoulder out trying to like really professionally dance with the stuff that they be doing. And I can't tell somebody like, oh, I can't do that choreography.
Because my shoulder.
What you mean? Like, I'm sorry, this is what the choreography is. So I feel like it probably wouldn't have worked, but I don't think I was committed enough. And I think jumping into the professional world versus just being a doll is very intimidating, because you pick up like this in these professional classes. Like, it's not about to be like dolls where you get a week to perfect the dance.
Yeah.
And one like
count by count.
No, they don't give a damn about that. We're teaching this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We putting it in 16 counts, and you gonna learn that. Do it one time, run it. Let's ask 16
and then perform it.
And it's just like we weren't trained to really do that consistently. Like, we had to learn to dance real fast one time.
Tryouts, and that's it.
But yeah, like, and even that you kind of forgetting, and that's not even a long dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a whole different world, and I feel like I wasn't committed enough to like be like, okay, let me be consistent, because I know for a fact if I was to be, I am already an amazing dancer, but I'm saying like just doing the training and like going back to just square one, like let me do my training stuff, let me just start from jump and still have what I naturally have already, it will come back to me naturally. But I don't think I was trying to like really do that for real.
Yeah,
because that's not something either you're gonna do it for fun or you're gonna do it like to make that your life. Like, career.
Exactly. Yeah,
you can't do you can have fun with it, but I'm saying you gotta really be serious. Like, this is really what I'm trying to do. This is my life. Like, I don't care about nothing else. I'm committed to training and getting signed maybe, and then that's my career now. But I don't feel like I was want to do it. Like, do you feel like you want to?
Honestly, seeing my friends being able to do that, I feel like I'm kind of living through them in a way, because I see myself as being the artist and then having my own backup dancers.
See, and you know what's crazy? On my spiritual journey, I started thinking like, Alyx, okay, what if you really do become a professional dancer? Like, are you going to be satisfied? Like, just doing that every day, you know, performing and stuff, it would be nice. But I feel like that's not ultimately just who I want to be. Like, I don't want to just be a backup dancer. Like, that's not. And I feel like it's sad to say, but they just be getting
treated terribly,
so terribly. And it's just like, is that really what I want to do? Like, you know, ultimately, like, is that gonna make me happy? And it sucks that it takes the like, you know, the excitement.
Yeah, because it's like being a dancer and an artist, like, you really the bottom of the barrel. Like,
you are, but what's crazy is you make the show. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's just like, come on now. So just seeing what professional dancers are going through is so disheartening. And it's just like, is that really what I want to do? Like, probably not, you know, probably do that and be like still not satisfied. So I feel like whatever I want to do ultimately in life, I always thought it was dance, but it's like that can be a part of me, but I don't think that's what I'm trying to do just with my life. Like, just, you know, dance. Like, and I just see me teaching dance, you know, and still being a student while teaching too. But I don't know, like professional, like just being a backup dancer, I don't know if that's really what I wanted for myself. So that's why I didn't focus on that when I came out here. Part of it was like being transparent, being intimidated, because it's like, okay, I'm about to go in these classes and start from square one. I gotta get myself out of like, okay, you're a doll to girl, you don't know shit. Like, you need to go ahead and humble yourself. I don't know. I don't think I was committed enough to do it. But who knows? When I get this little surgery and get my little shoulder back right, you know,
we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back and better than before. Period.
No, yeah.
Even more motivated, because you don't really realize how much you use your body until you lose it, like you said, and you can't use it anymore. Yeah. So now that you can use it, I know you're gonna be going crazy with it.
You right, baby. I might just swing that arm around just cause I could never do that. I couldn't do it. Remember? They would do certain stuff in the choreography. I'm like, I can't do that.
So what has always been your favorite style of dance?
Oh, my favorite style? I like jazz. I like jazz, but I also like hip hop.
Ooh, girl, that's one thing that I'm still trying to learn is hip hop. It's just too much. You have to pay attention to your feet and your hands at the same time.
Every little
really fast.
count has a move, and you just gotta be
and it's very intricate.
real precise.
Yes, very intricate. I feel like jazz is like more so my pocket. Like,
but I never wanted to just be in like, I wanted to be able to like
do
jazz, and then you do some hip hop, and it's like, damn, you know, like I wanted to do both.
What advice would you give to any young girl who wants to join any HBCU dance line?
Ooh, girl, love yourself, be confident, never be discouraged by what other people have to say. Like, get used to opinions and get used to haters and people just saying anything. People don't see it until they in it. Whenever the spotlight is on you, people start getting attracted to you and they want to follow you, and then they want to just start talking about you, good things, bad things. I feel like you gotta really be strong-minded. That's what it is. You have to be strong-minded, because if you're weak-minded, then everyone's opinion is gonna sway you. Like, let's just say you know that you dance harder than most, but you're still controlled and you look good. You're gonna see a lot of people saying that, and then you like, well, now I gotta change it to try to be like sensual and soft. Then you're gonna lose yourself, because you don't even know what style you're really trying, or who you're trying to be. Like, you just being who they want you to be, and they all over the place that you just like confused. And it's just like, if you don't know yourself and if you're not strong-minded and just like know who you want to be as a dancer, then you really just gonna be lost in the sauce. And I feel like that's probably the problem. And I feel like people be sleep on how these fans be like tearing up the dance world, and they be like turning people against each other because they'll compare. It's the comparison. They'll compare you. They compared us. And I feel like that's why I'm happy I wasn't big on like being able to read comments, because it could easily make me like be jealous of you. Like, let's just say like everybody loved Mel, and you know, you never talk about me and Mel this, Mel that. Easily as a human being, I'm just gonna be like, well, damn.
Yeah.
You know, I might start hating on you.
I guess I ain't here.
If I'm strong-minded, I might start. If I'm not strong-minded, I might start hating on you and feel like, you know, just being a hater. And I feel like that just draws competition. Now I gotta compete with you versus like, okay, we teammates. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to let you outshine me, but we gonna match energy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna let you outshine me.
Yeah, like, I'm not about to just have you shitting on me like how Jordan was like with Danny, like standing on side. Like, you're not about to just sit up here and shit on me all the time. I gotta at least gonna motivate me to like, okay,
yeah.
But we could be two different dancers. And I feel like you just gotta be strong-minded to be an HBCU dancer because it's just going downhill. Like in terms of just, it's like a big messy thing instead of just being excellence. Like it's no longer excellence. It's just like mess. And I feel like unless I'm tripping, I just feel like I always see mess surrounding it instead of it just being, you know, you got the Sting X, that's their style. You got the Dolls, that's their style. You have the J-Sets. You have literally all these different HBCU styles that are amazing. It's like, nah, it's competition. They better than this person. And it's tiring. So just be strong-minded. Know who you are as a person, as a dancer, and be confident. And don't let nobody tell you nothing about nothing because that be people that can't even do half of what you do.
Literally. That'd be the most people who be talking is the people who can't even dance.
Who want to be a doll.
2 left feet. What is your favorite memory with me? Favorite.
Let me think. I feel like all the moments, you know what it is? After practices, we'll all be together and stuff. That was like my favorite moment.
Oh yeah.
Girl, we would clown and we would be so delusional, like just delirious.
I was
like
ready
so
for y'all
tired.
to go. That wasn't my favorite moment.
She was ready for us to go, but no, you're right, because in that video we hard up Joseph and you literally cleaning up, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, y'all wanna be up here all night, bitch. We gotta be crabs tomorrow. Y'all forgot we gotta get sleep tonight.
no, that was my favorite memories, I feel like, because I mean that's how we really got to know each other.
And that's crazy that you say that because literally I would be the only one cleaning up and y'all
y'all
still be making messes and I'd be so mad.
And look, Jay was like, look at Melody's stupid ass with her little ball. Look what it was, like a little butt on top of her head. Like look at her stupid ass with that knot on top of her head. Bro, I still got that video, girl. We was so joke. Why was me and Jay so goofy like that? But we was so joking. Look at
wrong with my butt?
just a girl, just a sweeping, a cleanup woman.
Girl, I was trying to get the stuff done because y'all was at the PCs every day.
You right, but we had to be. We couldn't be at the dorm.
Yeah, we was never at y'all dorms. Y'all stayed in the PCs.
And we had roommates and stuff.
I have so many good memories with my craft sister. Like it's hard to pick one, but one that really stood out was definitely when y'all got drunk. And I had to take care of y'all like babies.
You know, that was the first thing I was gonna say. Like I originally was gonna say that, but I'm like, let me try to think of something else.
Yeah, because we always tell that story.
But I know, but that was like the most memorable one. Even though I couldn't remember half of nothing after the fact, but I feel like that was when we all like was able to just loosen up and just get super drunk.
Yeah, and then our sleepovers. Oh no, it was our sleepovers.
Girl, that might have been
that was it. Yeah, Alyx was in the mirror like she was pregnant.
Yo, why was we acting like that?
Why was it so goofy?
No, we was.
And then Jordan was getting it doing catch-alls. I was like, bitch, I wish I could do it that good. She was really feeling it because we was drunk. I was like, damn, bitch, we ain't in the stand. And everybody was cheering her on and stuff. She was getting it though.
No, that was definitely one. We ain't gonna talk about the sleepover too much.
Why?
It's a lot.
Who cares?
Girl,
we was having so much fun, and it was crazy because I remember Jordan asked. She was really goofy that night. I remember she was imitating every one of the upperclassmen dolls. I remember she mocked Connor. She did Kayla.
When Jordan be in her little zone, she be real. Yeah, that
was one of my favorite memories with us.
That one is top 2. I feel like that one in our Halloween night is really like
yes,
that's
it
up
was
there.
ninjas.
Girl, we definitely was ninjas. That was after the pink game because our hands were still pink.
Okay, Alyx, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear, without a doubt, getting older and like forgetting, like losing my memory, like Alzheimer's and amnesia and stuff.
I thought that you was gonna say getting older and not doing the things that you wanted to do, and then going back and having regrets like actually.
No, because I feel like what's more important to me is to remember my life and remember people that I love. Like, fun fact, it runs kind of scarily heavy in my family. Like, on my mom's side.
On my dad's side, it does too, Alzheimer's and dementia.
On my mom's side, like, my grandfather, her dad, before he passed, he didn't know who none of us was. And, like, he was a real sarcastic man. So, like, we'll be like, who is this? And he'd be like, no, we'd be like, you know who this is? And he'd be like, you know who this is? Like, he just was real sarcastic. Like, he really did not know any of us. And then my grandmother's sister, she was losing her memory. Like she was going into dementia, and she would call like my mom's house 2 and 3, 4 times a day. Hey, you know, saying the same thing, and it's like you didn't remember that you called already. Like, and we would just go along with it, you know. But it's just like seeing that so close, and then like my grandfather now is kind of slipped into it. Like my mom is not forgetful, but it's kind of like scary how it's like, okay, mom, no, you left out like. It's not bad, and I be praying like every day, like Lord, please don't let like any of my parents, you know, forget
there's stuff that they can eat,
because that's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to deal with because that person becomes frustrated because they don't remember nothing and they think they know. And you don't want to argue with them, but you telling them like, no, you didn't do that, or yes, you did that already. Like, and they frustrated, so it's hard to deal with, and it's hard to deal with like, you know how we was talking about The Notebook. Like that's like my favorite movie. That's my absolute favorite movie. And for the longest, I felt like my life, I love the movie so much. I felt like my life was gonna be like The Notebook. Like, you know, I'm gonna grow old with somebody that, you know, I have like, I don't know. I just
have to write everything down now, starting now. Do you keep a journal?
I do. I started journaling last year.
Do you write in it every day? You start writing every day.
I probably should. I feel like I don't have enough stuff to talk about every day. But the point is, yeah, just seeing that happen and like seeing how that affects people, like that's like my biggest fear. And like I be real conscious about forgetting like small things, and I feel like it's kind of like, Lord, I just don't want to get old and just not remember. Like just you know, like imagine growing old with your partner and you don't know them. You don't know your kids. You don't know who these people are. I don't know that headspace because I'm not. But it's like being on the other end of it. Like think about if your boyfriend literally, y'all got older and y'all growing old together, and he literally one day like he starts slipping into it and he don't know who you are.
I would break my heart because it's my soulmate.
No, like real talk. Like you have to try to get them to remember you, but they don't. They don't know who you are.
Yeah, that's definitely heartbreaking.
They don't know who y'all kids are. They don't know their grandkids. Y'all just coming in, sitting in with them like, hey, how are you today? And they just talking to you and they don't know who you are.
It's they're here, but they're not here.
They're not here. They don't know you.
It's like, it's kind of worse, you know?
Like you're here and you don't, like we have no more connection. Like I don't know you. Like you don't know me anymore. It's like my deepest fear. Honestly, I have no fear aside from that one. And I always say like, if I get to that point, just let me die, because I don't want to just be here. Like I don't know what it's like to be in that state, but I don't want to just be here and just not know nobody. They know a lot from, like they'll tell you stories about when they was like a kid and something they remember. I don't know why the brain works like that, but like in the present or just they don't know you. So that's like a big fear for me.
I didn't think about that, Alyx. That's a really good one. I was about to say my biggest fear was always getting kidnapped. Like getting taken away from like not even where you stay, but out of the country, and like being kidnapped and like freaking
like on taken.
I'm scared of being raped. Like I'm scared. I don't know what the hell I would do. I told Alyx what I would do. I told Alyx what I would do. If somebody ever was like, give me head or I'm gonna kill you. I told Alyx what I'm gonna do. Alyx, tell him what I would do. Tell him what I said.
But first of all, she said she gonna give them head and bite they damn, try to bite their penis off. But the thing is, I said you have to think about it. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I said, so then you gotta bite the balls off.
I said I'm gonna get to them balls, so and they're not worried about you. They worried about what's going on. Like they worried about they being castrated.
But I feel like it's not a lot of people that do that and like make you like, you know, do oral. I feel like they really just take advantage of it. You know?
I feel like it depends, but I don't know. Even if in that situation, I feel like that's my worst fear. But anyway,
I feel like that is scary. Because they really drug you up really good and to the point where you get addicted and you don't care about where you was or what you got going on. You just keep living that life. You just have sex and
and it's crazy. Like I be watching, like if you guys watch White Underbelly, do you watch it on YouTube? It's like basically like people on Skid Row in Los Angeles, pimps. There's like prostitutes, transvestites. There's all type of people, all type of walks of life. But it's crazy when I hear about people who've been taken advantage of. They said they really disassociate mentally, so it's like they're not there. They're in a whole different world. So and then they come back and they have to get drunk. They have to take drugs in order to do what they have to do to make money and survive. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like such a terrible life to live. Yeah. Well, prostitutes and the people who have been like traded in for sex. Yeah, like this is like the life they can't get out of. So that's really a scary
a scary part about it is that once you get in it and you start getting hooked, it's like getting hooked on drugs. Like it's hard to get off of that. And it's just like, dang, like you used to have this type of life and now it's just completely different.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Moving to LA, everybody comes with a dream. but there's so many distractions, people get lost, and it's like all these people is like, dang, they was just like me. You guys have to know every decision matters. Like the smallest decision you make might change your whole entire life, so you just got to make sure that you make the right decisions and really think it through before you just go ahead and act on impulse. And I had to learn that myself because I'm a very impulsive person.
You are.
I just trust God that it's like he gonna make me make the right decision. So if you could have went to any other school besides Southern, where have you would have went?
I feel like I went to art school, School of Arts.
School of Arts. Oh, that's what I think too. I've seen Fame for the first time. I never watched Fame. You haven't watched Fame, Alyx?
That's a movie?
Yes! It's like a famous dance movie. It's basically like in the 70s. It's like a whole bunch of students who try out for a performing arts school and they make it, and it's like their 4-year tenure of being a part of the performing arts school. That's what Fame is. We're gonna watch that too. All right, we're gonna get into the dog questions. And we're literally almost done with this interview, you guys. We only have a couple more questions left. So we're gonna just start with favorite uniform and favorite field show.
Favorite uniform. I ain't gonna lie, looking back, I like crisscross blue.
Crisscross blue?
The light blue one. Oh, and pumpkin. I like pumpkin.
Between crisscross blue and pumpkin, if you gotta pick one, which one? Pumpkin got, all of them kind of look different with pumpkin, but crisscross blue is like uniform.
That's my one.
Okay. Favorite field show?
You know,
don't say one gotta be starting something.
no, that wasn't a favorite. Girl, please. I'm exhausted thinking about that field show. I feel like I like beautiful people.
I do too.
I do like beautiful people.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Do you remember how they go?
That was a cute one. I just remember. I don't like when they sped it up though. It was like, oh my gosh, we're moving like freaking robot. Like, dang, slow down.
Okay, so the next question is, Alyx, why didn't you try out again after 17?
I feel like it was God just taking me out of something that I just didn't need to be in. I feel like I'm such a firm believer in everything happening for a reason. I don't know, looking back at it and looking at how everything went with that, just trials as a whole, it's not an environment I wanted to go back to. And just really seeing what happened, going back and talking to people, getting advice on things, I feel like it just showed me how that organization kind of really is, or was. Let me say was. I'm not going to say
yeah,
is.
because now it's gotten a lot
I think it is a lot better now.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it was like, I'll be stupid to go back.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, God could take you out of a toxic situation and you just go right back into it voluntarily. It's kind of just like, I would have went back expecting something different, and it's like, girl, ain't nothing changed. I feel like I had too much pride for that, because I feel like I'm not going to come back as a different kind of dancer. This is who I am as a dancer. Like, what you think I'm about to come back doing what different? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you already rejected me for the dancer that I was, so why would I come back for what? Like, and what's gonna be different? Like, what did I do different this time?
And then looking back, it's like, aren't you glad that you did make that decision?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I had fun in 2017. I feel like I was able to experience college instead of just having to be a dog.
Baby, Alyx, every time at a game, this is her mic. Alyx, all the way turned around. Like, girl, we is at the game performing.
One of them times I did that because it was really hot. It was so hot. That was that Alcorn or something. That game was hot.
Yes, but it wasn't just Alcorn.
Remember, we all had
tans. We had tans on our headbands.
I'm like, bro, I'm not about to sit up here. I ain't gonna lie, that was a little too much. But me and Maya had fun, like, because she was right there by me, like, and we already was close.
Alyx gonna do what she want, baby.
I do, but not, okay, I feel like that's a misconception because I really don't do what I want. I follow the rules, I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm disciplined and I'm respectful. And I feel like that's the misconception though. I feel like it's a fine line between disrespect and like, you know, this is just real. Like,
this is how I feel.
And it's how I feel. And shit, most of the time it was pretty factual. I'm never the type of person that I see something and it's just dead wrong and I'm not gonna address it. Like, I feel like a lot of people go through things and they just don't care because it's like, you know, I don't really care, you know, I'm not about to. But for me, it's just like, I do care. I feel like that's the real thing. I care more than most, and I feel like I gotta address stuff if it needs to be. But I don't like problems and conflict. That's not really me.
And they say, what is your favorite memory with 15?
I don't have a favorite memory with 15. I feel like everything in 2015 was just a memory. Like, from literally beginning to end. Like, from practice to out of practice. Like, from performance days, game days, to like girl, when we really died in gloves and just had
we already told that story. Y'all already know about that story.
I feel like literally, I'm telling you, after practice was my favorite time. It was like miserable, but at the same time, it's just a staple.
It's just like a mindset. It's like, dang, even after, it's like you get through practice, but even after practice, you gotta like prepare for the next day.
And it's just like, bro, when am I going to?
When do I have time for anything else?
When am I gonna study?
Yeah. Anyway, so the next question is, what is your favorite memory as a doll? Period. just as a doll?
My favorite memory as a doll will forever be the first time hearing the band blow in front of my face. The first practice of going outside with the band and seeing the band do their field show from the sidelines. Like every other time, you're seeing it from the stands, you're seeing it as a bystander, you know, a prospect. I'm just looking. I will never forget. And when they played Rain, like they played Rain and it was standing still. Like, you know, when they doing their drills, you can't really hear the music that good. But when they turn and face you and they right in your face, I'm a music head, so I care about the band more than dolls. When I was coming up, I ain't watched the dolls. Fun fact, I listened to the band. I swear to you, I will never forget that moment. And I feel like that's when, I think I talked about this on Twitter, but that's when it hit me. Like, Alyx, you really, it was the full circle moment that came together. It was like, you really a doll right now. Like, you're really a doll. This is you doing this now. Like, you're not watching, you're doing it now.
It's chills, energy,
emotions. And no, that ain't like, man, just hearing them blow right in front of me is like, I'm about to go walk, like march on the field and dance in front of them. And I get to dance in front of them like every week. Like, that was just like crazy to me. That's gonna be forever my favorite doll memory. I don't care about nothing else. That was it.
Okay, so 2 more questions and we're gonna wrap it up, you guys. We always just talking. I'm just so glad that we're able to film it, because literally, like I said, I've been staying over here for a week and we just
y'all, it's literally, what's today? Monday. She leave Wednesday.
Oh,
and she been here since
I don't even remember. The 24th, whatever the 24th was.
It's like a Tuesday. It's like,
yeah, I think it was a Tuesday.
This girl been here the whole weekend. We still never filmed this video.
I know. Is it crazy? But we getting it over with now.
You right, baby.
We getting the content. I'm glad that y'all bearing with us. We're almost at the end, you guys. 2 more questions. So the next question is, okay, so I wanted to wait to the end. A supporter asked this question: what made you join your sorority? And I want to know this too, because I don't know why.
You know, honestly, girl, bye. First of all,
what made you join this sorority?
Girl, bye. Girl, okay.
Alyx always wanted to be a Delta though. Like, I remember we was a freshman. We were all freshmen and we were like talking to each other about what sororities we wanted to join. And it's crazy because I think me and Taylor said that we wanted to be AKAs. I don't know what Jordan said, but
I don't think Jordan really
Jordan didn't know
into it that
much. But I know you were like Delta, like straight on. So
honestly, I don't know. There was nothing specifically that I watched because I didn't know a lot about Delta. I didn't know a lot about Greek at all. You know what it was? Like, ultimately, when you don't know about Greek and you from the outside looking in, it's easy to get the perspective of the Deltas are like these hard, you know, whatever. The AKAs are so prissy and just
And they have the perception that AK, like Deltas are dark skinned, AKAs are light skinned.
Yeah, it's just stupid stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that perception was kind of true to look at in a sense. Because every AKA that I knew was just really prissy.
Am I prissy?
No, you're not prissy. Like, no, I wouldn't say prissy, but they were real uppity, like really uppity. And I feel like it was just like, that's not me. And that was the first perception I got. But then when I realized that every single woman
is different.
No, that every single woman that I knew and loved was a Delta. Like, it was just like that much more confirmation for me. Like, it was never something that I saw and was like, I want to be an AKA. Because I feel like it was just, that's not my personality. Even though it's not a personality that you have to be in a sorority, first of all. But to me, it was just like any AKA, like, I just don't want to, that's not something I don't want to be. So I never ever wanted to be like anything but a Delta. But I wasn't crazy about Greek, like, oh my gosh, I have to be a Delta.
And I wanted to add this is just my own personal question, because we were talking about, like, a lot of people are denouncing sororities and we're talking about that we're real spiritual, we believe in God. And I feel like I don't understand why, like, that they're denouncing. Do you understand why? Because I feel like, as far as AKA, we don't worship anything. Like, we don't worship AKA, we worship God. We thank God that we're able to have this experience and be AKAs, you know? So it's not like we're like doing anything that would worship any false idols, you know?
So I will say Delta is based on Christian principles. My take on it is, for one, I would actually want to talk to them about it, like, personally, just to, like a personal side conversation, just to kind of pick their brains and see where their head is. I don't know ultimately why, but when I was on my spiritual journey and I got really deep into it, I was looking at my life from like 20 years ago, and I was like, man, I really want to be a Delta. Like, I really want to be a Delta. And I feel like it was just, I that's not my personality. Even though it's not a personality that you have to be in a sorority, first of all. But to me, it was just like any AKA, like, I just don't want to, that's not something I want to be. So I never ever wanted to be like anything but a Delta. But I was looking at my life from like a real it's like an out of body experience and looking at like my life and what I'm doing on a daily. And I realized a lot of it was not glorifying to God. It was not something that he wanted from me, like, or from any of us. And when you get so deep into like your spiritual journey, you really look at everything differently. Like you look at, girl, when I say everything, sex before marriage, you look at
swearing, cursing.
That's
so hard for me.
Like really just
that's like the small thing.
Judging people. Like even if it's something small, like, ooh, she getting big. Like, no, like you look at small stuff like that, greed, like, you know, the Bible speaks about not being greedy. Like you look at, girl, like everything is different. Being drunk, this is stuff that we do every single day. Some people do this every single day, and it's not that you doing it to just be drunk all the time, but it's just like, I don't know, man. When you get into a certain level of spirituality, like how spiritual people would say it is, when you get from the shallow end of your spiritual journey and you go in the deep, it's completely, your life is just different. And I feel like I can't.
That was a mic drop right there.
No, but for real, and I can't say that they wrong. I can't say that anybody wrong for like feeling a certain way and just wanting to just be like, look, I'm all about you, God. I don't care about none of this other stuff. Because that's how I would be. I don't want to denounce, and I don't care to, because I don't look at it like that, like honestly. But also, I would never like look at nobody crazy for doing it, because I know what it's like to be on a real deep spiritual journey, to where it's like people will look at you like you being real weird, like you really changing, and it's like it's not even something that you can help. Like God will literally change your heart and your habits and your desires. You have no desire to go to a club. You have no desire to have sex. You have no desire to be drunk. Like you have no desire to talk about people, to participate in gossip, even small little gossip. Like, girl, like, you know, just talking about people or saying
stuff that happened, like
anything. Like, you have no desire to do it. That's just the Holy Spirit working through you, honestly. So it's not until you really tap into that you'll understand. But I definitely do understand where they're coming from in terms of just being on that spiritual journey and not caring about nothing else. But I personally never, went as far as like, oh, let me just start denouncing everything. I would like to talk to anybody that has done that before, just to kind of see where their head is, though, because it is interesting. Like, it's interesting.
Okay, last question. Why is the bond so special and tight between 2015 crab class? And they put in commas, people love you.
You know what's crazy? We probably have like we don't have the longest of crab classes to have a close bond. We really don't, because we don't know what everybody else's bond is like.
But I feel like
people close off social media too. Why is the bond so special?
Yeah, like why is the bond so special? I don't know why they asked us this, like we supposed to do. It just is.
Because I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. I really don't know why.
I feel like I said, we have these experiences. We had so many experiences together, and we were together for so long, like forced together, like lived together. It's just like we have no choice than to be tight. Like,
and I feel like when you really get to know a person, it's not a lot of things that you'll see that'll be like, okay, I just cannot be around them no more. Like, it's because I know you to where it's like, this is who you are. Like, I feel like we accept each other for how we are and who we are. Yeah. To where it's like, it's not really a lot of things that we'll probably do that'll just be like, nah, I can't fuck with you.
And we're constantly evolving and growing. Like, we're not the same people we were when we were crabs. Like I'll use Jordan for example.
And my girl is definitely evolving. We just had a conversation.
It's a whole different person than it was our crab year. Oh my gosh.
She is. And I'll say the biggest thing, which really all of us should be, is just tapping into like accountability. Like being accountable and being more self-aware and knowing like, this is my ways, this is how I am, this is how I need to, let go of these type of things and these type of ways that I have, and I need to be, like this. I feel like it's just, we all more self-aware. So I feel like, I don't know, our bond is tight because we tight.
Yeah, we was really a good fit.
I will say though, we don't have bonds where we talk to each other every day though.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I feel like every blue moon.
I don't feel like you really have to. You don't really have to talk to somebody every day in order to have a tight behind.
You don't have to talk to somebody every day. I will say that. You don't, but it is important to like
check up on
nurture friendships. Like you do have to nurture a friendship in order for it to really last. Yeah. And not just be like a cliche one, like, oh yeah, that's my sister, and like, oh well, what's she now to? Like, what's she? Shit, I don't know. Like, it's just like, art,
It's like we always had that respect for each other. Like, I feel like our captain really instilled this into us. It's like we did everything together. It's like there is no getting rid of them type of situation.
Like you could be pissed the hell off. Guess what? You could be pissed off and we're gonna be sitting right here like
yeah, exactly.
just like this.
Exactly. And it's like me and Alyx cannot talk for like a year, and then like I'll probably talk to her like after a year, and like it will be exactly how it was before.
Yeah,
like, like no time went by.
Yeah, you don't miss a beat.
Yeah, and my man was like,
my man.
Mystery babe.
What you said about Alyx before you lose your train of thought?
Oh yeah, shit. Oh yeah, he was like, Alyx, you about to stay with Alyx? I was like, yeah. I was like, that already goes without saying. Like,
right.
Even if we don't talk every day, we're close enough that we could just stay. Like, I can be able to stay here for a week, and like it would be no problem. It's the same vice versa. My house is open to hers. It's like, you know, she could call me anytime and I'll answer. And I can call her anytime, and Alyx is gonna answer. Out of all my princesses, Alyx is gonna answer.
What girl?
Yeah, Taylor got is getting better. Jordan, she ain't gonna answer. Jada's gotten a lot better too, but Alyx is definitely the one to call if you need some.
Yes, I'm the one
to be reliability.
I think I am reliable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely reliable. That's why I love like Alyx and Maya. They're both definitely reliable. Like Maya, oh my gosh.
That's my sis. She's like the definition of selfless.
Yeah, I was driving her car last time I was here.
Girl, and she wild for that because you ain't driving my car.
I know.
I love you, but you ain't driving my car.
But I can drive. Alyx, I can actually drive better than Alyx. And I would have Alyx drive my car if I don't feel like driving. But but I got a 2004 Jeep. Alyx got a Malibu that she probably still paying a note on, so I get it. I get it, baby.
Girl, you do not drive better than me, first of all.
I definitely do, Alyx. I definitely do. Because I started driving before you even thought about driving.
Baby, what that mean?
I've been driving since I was...
I actually get complimented on how I drive.
Alyx, maybe I have... Yeah, I do. Like my granddad. My granddad, he don't let everybody drive with him. He was like... Yes, he do. He don't let everybody drive him. Because he really paranoid. He's like, I drive really safe. But I do that on purpose. Like I drive different with my granddad.
I mean, I just drive safe in general. My anxiety be bad. People drive crazy. Like,
yeah,
bad.
I definitely drive better than I did our year way.
Girl, yeah, you would never in your life convince me you drive better than me.
But honestly, no. I take that back because I actually been always a good driver. That was actually everybody else's fault. I take that back.
That girl beat that car up so bad. Like, girl, what?
No, it's not that I beat the car up. It was an old ass car, and then I forgot to put oil in it. So it blew up on my ass. It was my first car. I didn't know. And Alyx was driving around that pickup truck, her daddy pickup truck.
Baby, yes. And guess what? You can't drive any kind of way in a little pickup truck that ain't got no damn... Girl, you'll be in a curve, one wrong turn, your ass start spinning. Girl, I cannot stand that truck, but me and that truck had a time.
Y'all, I'm looking at my dog while we're doing this interview, and I think it's time to go ahead and wrap it up,
girl,
y'all.
That dog is tired. Like, come on now. That's enough.
Okay, you guys. Thank you so much, Alyx, for being with us on this new episode of the podcast. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys rate this video 5 stars if you're listening. My dog is snoring.
Snoring. I'm looking like...
Yeah, he snores like he worked 3 jobs, y'all. So if you guys hear snoring in the background, just know it's my Yorkie Choochie. But shout out to Alyx for being on episode 7 of the podcast, I believe.
Is it 7 already?
Yep, it's episode 7.
Working.
Thank you so much, Alyx, for
shout out to
being here.
you being so consistent. I told Melody I'm so proud of her. She's doing all the things.
Yes, I told Alyx, if you want to start something, just start it. Because honestly, I didn't have no plan. I still don't have no plan. My stuff is still Melody Almay TV, the podcast, which makes no sense. But hey, we're rolling with it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, and follow Alyx in her new endeavors.
Yeah, we're gonna see what kind of content I'm gonna put out.
Yeah, do you have any parting words before we go ahead and end out this podcast?
Just be a good human. You know what I'm saying? We need a lot of good energy in the world. I feel like it's a lot of darkness, and we need a lot of people that are light. So be a light. You know, whatever you do every day, just be a light. Just remember that. That's my mantra every single day, Alyx. Just be a light. You never know who life you can touch by just being kind. People be dealing with BS people all day. You know, angry, bitter people. Just have good energy.
Yeah. This was such a good episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you on the next episode of Melody Almay TV, the podcast.